So then, as we jump on for another game, last week, you killed a Kraken. Insert pun here. You might have been waiting for me to have a witticism in regards, but it's just too easy with the Kraken. That was a fun fight. I'm glad you all survived. Your ship, however, is considerably worse for wear, but with level 18 granted, and a master blacksmith on board, and a wizard on board with the ability to cast spells to heal a ship as of now, those problems seem much more in the past. However, as mentioned, the ship must be docked for repairs to enact, and due to the damage of your vessel at the moment, it's a 24-hour lunge to the shore. As you've all had your long rest, as mentioned, and nothing creepy was happening, I'm going to go ahead and skip one full day representing your journey, unless someone had something funky.
Nope, nothing funky from me. I just need to roll something. I need to see if I've got War Wheel.
Alright. I am going to push the clock forward the day. If anyone has any prepper rolls that they need to do. I'm pretty sure Kieran has a couple in regards to his various recharges, because he's got a cool couple magical items there, but I'm going to be lazy and not worry about it. I'll let him take care of them when he's on next, unless he already has before for prep. I don't know. But I don't like to step on other players' toes. We'll just have to remind him if he has to do any rolls.
Oh.
Nimbar has
Didn't mean
lead
to.
on even.
I didn't mean to. I didn't realise I had Nimbar clicked.
Nimbar's like, more powers, yes. Wait, hold on. The more powers, yes. There we go. I gotta get the gnome voice going on anytime I do it. So then, I'm going to go ahead and just change over to our usual break scene, background scene, because it's a nice one for when we're using Theater of the Mind, which will make up a chunk of today's game. I'm going to unpause. You see land in the distance as you approach. Bellamy walks up to the front of the vessel, giving an oath. Thank you, thank you. I am not looking forward to floating over this water anymore. The DM notes he is uncertain if Bellamy had a fear of water, as I recall she doesn't. But Courtney does not like the things that are creepy way down in the deep, so that's my reference to her for the game. Within a few moments, you find yourself approaching the ice-covered shoreline. Thankfully, yours is a floating boat. And I don't mean a boat that floats on the water, we mean a boat that floats on the air. So, you have no trouble gliding up and onto the shoreline. The shoreline itself, though, is inhospitable, would be a good way to describe it. You are welcomed by a sheer wall of cliffs rising at least 1,200 meters into the air. The weather is a soft, cool breeze with the smallest volume of snow trickling down. As you make it to the shoreline, Gargoth finally gets up from his chair, folds it up, keeps folding it over and over and over and over until it's literally gone. Gives a nod, dusts his hands, stretches them out, and says, "All right then. It looks like you've all got yourselves a little climb up that there cliff. You're gonna find..." You see he holds up his hands, not unlike the pose a director would make, with thumb and index finger shaping an L on either hand, brought together to make a square, as he seems to frame the top of the mountains, closing one eye as he glances, pauses, and points at a specific spot. "You all climb right for that spot. Take your time, and you'll find one of the chains that leads to the inner isles. But be careful as you fly. Once you get past these mountains, The area between the mountains and the inner island. Well, it's a bit breezy.
Well, I'm guessing that flying's off the table then.
Judging by the look of the area, you could probably fly up to the top of this cliff face.
Yeah.
But, on your approach, and it would be one of the high perception characters who'd be pointing this one out, on approach you'd say you saw storm clouds inside of there, past the cliff face, and Gargoth would take time to explain the terrain of this area to you. Being another one of the continents, this one is the central, biggest, and largest of all the continents. Due to the fact that it's central, where Mephisto himself dwells home at its core, it is somewhat more stable. This is by purpose, not by accident. There is an exceedingly large mountain range cleft up around the exterior of a very, very, very large plateau, he supposes you could call it, which is, in its entirety, this continent. The entirety of this in place, if it was one large island, is encircled by another sheer cliff for its own protection. The fault of doing that is that there is a gigantic wind tunnel that runs between cliff and land, for when the land was sundered to create this deviation, the magics left behind tore. And now we have a horrid storm that blows constantly around. The flip of this is, the weather past is generally a bit more controlled. Not necessarily mild, you'll still get blizzards, but they're a little more predictable. The weather's a little more stable, if you can get through the storm. Yeah, mountain climbing would be an issue to everyone except Jade, because climb speed, bro. To everyone except Jade, if you were a low-level party. And I mean, we recently did a challenge with me forcing you to climb a mountain while it fell apart, so that was already enough fun. I'm not going to be repeating myself too early that early.
Right.
Bigger questions you have right now are your boat.
Yeah. Well, we could try and do some repairs just now, while we're not under Knockwood attack. Because even if we can't fly it, we've got the bottle we can keep it in. But it might be good to have ready for an emergency. But if I remember correctly, it would take Flux like a day's work to repair some hit points.
Yep. In general, a day's worth of work by a single person using the appropriate skill to repair a ship requires 10 gold of raw materials and a DC 10 skill check to restore 10 points, or 5 points on a failure. And John, I believe with Nimbar, picked up the repair spell, which has a very specific high volume of health it gives back as well. Anyone with generic tools that will fit, tinkering tools, blacksmithing tools, the like, and training, can do repair on the ship as well. And some people might question where you find the materials to repair this stuff. Again, high-level campaign, I ain't questioning that. The wizard could be like, oh, here it is. Poof.
That's what this extra bag of holding is for. Parts.
Exactly.
Here you go.
Jade pulls a demon grinder out the full bloody vehicle from another bag of holding, even though it wouldn't actually fit, but for the lulz. Pulls it out, he's like, alright, we need scrap parts.
That's what that extra portable hole is for.
Oh.
Wait, I didn't tell you guys about that one, did I? I'll be over here.
I just assume that you have everything in there at some point.
I'm just making sure my formulas work correct, sorry.
I was about to say, Lulu like runs and tackle bombs Nimbar. Nimbar, don't do it. Leave Jade alone. As you try to Jedi blast him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, everything's working properly now. Sorry, I had to just modify a bunch on Foundry.
No worries
And
at all.
I primarily use Foundry, so it's important for me to get it right.
I gotta start opening up that role page in D&D Beyond. That's a really cool one for when things are missed. Because I like people being able to play as they want, so long as I can see your dice rolls somehow. Only because that's like the rule of the game.
Yeah. So how big a resource is it for Nimbar to use the repair spell?
It's a 4th level spell.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just my thinking. Does anyone get any other ideas? Should we just start claiming, or?
Do we want to spend a day, repair it, just so that way we're sure, like, if we have to use it, it doesn't die? Because it's in bad shape right now.
That was my thinking.
I mean, yeah, I think it's worth the wait. I think it's really important that we make sure that we can have an exit.
Yeah.
So, are you doing fabricate and then I'm also rolling for repairs, or is it like one or the other?
I think we get both.
Oh, you can do as much as you want, and as many people can do that repair roll, so long as you're trained for it. It's just however much the party wants to spend of their resources in this regard.
Yeah. Now the other thing I've been considering is I get Wish back again. I don't have a simulacrum currently, so I kind of want to make another one. But like, I'm wondering, I can make another Nimbar and just have access to the spells again, or I could make like a Flux and just have like another frontline fighter. What do you people think?
It has half the health of the person it makes, correct?
Correct.
Would Flux want to be cloned in that way?
Yeah.
And do we have enough equipment to do? Well, yeah.
Wish.
Right line.
Yeah. So I'm actually
Do we
just gonna,
have enough equipment?
I'm just throwing up the spell so that way if anyone... now the other thing is we could also make it into another Alex. That way we get extra healing, and it can wild shape.
Yeah.
Lulu walks over. Oh, you can also make another one of me. That would be awesome. And then just imagine her laughing stereo.
Could you imagine double Lulu? I'd be in love.
I will say, while you're all making your plans, Lulu's going to walk over to Flux and be like, "Oh, Flux, or Fulminoxus," and say, "If you could give me a little bit of a hand, I'm gonna have to strap Zerial to my back for when we fly up there."
Why?
Yeah.
Well, the ship can't fly up there.
Yeah, but we're going to put it in a bottle after it's been repaired, and Zerial can be within the bottle, which stops times, by the way, guys.
Lulu shakes her head. "No, I am not leaving my friend behind. I'll carry her on my back. If you put her in that little bottle, I gotta go in there with her. I'm not leaving her alone."
I'll ask Lulu if we can have a minute, and I'll talk to everyone else.
Lulu gives a nod of her head. It comes as no surprise that Lulu isn't going to leave Zerial's side.
Yeah. No, I'm not surprised.
She
She
did
would-
earlier, and Zerial got a
Listen.
lot worse.
Yeah.
Sorry, Julia.
Yeah. No, it's okay. I was basically just gonna say to the party that Lulu would be safe there, and as much as I love having her around, that's obviously where she wants to be and where she needs to be. So as long as she would be safe inside the bottle too, I say we do it.
Now, just the you said it stops time, but when we got Zariel out of the ship, the infection was worse, was it not? Was that just like
Gargoth.
just
That was
I
there
will
was all
say,
the time that we were traveling around the island where it could progress, and I don't know exactly when Gargoth got the bottle made and put the ship in, but remember, you guys were partway through that maze before I showed up, and when I showed up, the ship was still not inside the bottle at that point. So there was
Gargoth
still
would lean
time
over
passing.
as Jade is clarifying that, and he's just going to speak up mid-sentence on you like that and say, about 5 minutes before you showed up. So confirming what Jade is saying.
Right, okay. Right, that was
only in the
my,
model for a few minutes.
that was my only question. I just wanted to double check that. Yeah, she would definitely be safer. She's a bit fragile just now.
Now, the question is, would it slow down or stop the infection's growth? You can certainly put her in there, and time should stop, but still risk.
Yeah.
Celestial magic, otherworldly magics, very strange things going on there. So just keep that one in mind too. But I mean, I have to play devil's advocate.
Well, it's not. Yeah, we still have to wait. Like, it's not like a situation we can deal with right now anyway. So, regardless of what we do,
If we
condition is. Like, I don't think it's going to get worse, is basically what I'm.
we
I like
We
that
were
way
able
of
to-
thinking, Jillian.
buy an extra week by using ice magic on it. So if we can get her out once a day, so I can
Right.
reinforce the ice. Like I can monitor the infection and see if it is getting slowed or more aggressive.
Alternatively, we could also put her in a bag of holding. Not Lulu.
I think-
I mean, like,
No,
it's Ariel. Just if it's going to be.
It's Ariel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I wouldn't want to suffocate. Though I know Lulu's not actually there. She's right now staring at the Zerial sickle.
I mean, if that would work, that's another good idea. Yeah. Would do we have bags of holding with space in it for the ice block? Like one we could let Lulu carry? She seems adamant on being next to her.
Sorry. Dean, what was the last question? I'm kind of.
Oh, so like, thinking on Jillian's idea for putting Lulu in the bag of holding. Do we have one spare with enough space?
Zerial
And-
in the bag of holding.
Yeah, Zariel and
That's okay.
Lulu want to carry it because she seems determined to be next to her.
I'm pretty sure I have a bag of holding that doesn't really have a lot of stuff in it. Don't I? Just checking my inventory now.
I
Well,
look at
the-
your bag of holding.
If the only thing I could ever see in your character's bag of holding, you just open it up and it would be swords and pointy things like that. Just weapons upon weapons, but you're like, oh, I still got tons of room. Jade takes all the good shit.
Just had an image of Flux
Yeah.
as the merchant.
I
from
do-
Resident Evil 4. What are you buying?
Yeah, pretty much.
I do also have that quiver that I don't think I ever really found because I'm looking at my inventory and it's not there. The oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, see, D&D Beyond changed the inventory very like in a really weird way. Like I have a
Oh.
whole section for my handy haversack and a whole section for my efficient quiver, but I haven't organized it yet. And apparently I have 3 backpacks, like 3 sub-tabs that are backpacks.
Yeah, they implemented.
I haven't
containers.
organized it. Yeah, that's great. I just haven't organized it yet, but I do have a
Yep.
I do have a haversack of holding.
Oh, they're nice. Yeah, you would definitely have the space. Jade carries everything, so you definitely have the space.
Yeah.
I mean, I threw a picture up there in the chat on the actual game that kind of sums it up nicely for the party. It's like, hey, on a bus Sunday. Oh, that was
Okay.
actually a joke I used to use in D&D a lot until that. I was sad, and yeah, I've been playing D&D. Actually, I should double check the year on that because it would have been around when that movie was out. I can't guarantee that I had the joke before then. But I used to always have an NPC who'd run up to players in the middle of a town, be like, "Want to buy a sundial?" and just flash them with just like that. And then I saw it in the Hercules movie, and I was like, "I can never do the joke again." Oh, just 1 second. My phone's going off.
Oh, no worries. So yeah, I think that would be a good compromise for Lulu. We squeeze Zariel into a bag. And because then it might be easier to get out the ice block and check it, because then we wouldn't need to get the whole ship out, and the ship
Yeah, that's
wouldn't
that's
be
kinda
caught
what I
up
was
in any
thinking, too.
like past the storms. Yeah.
No, I'm back. I have returned, I live.
Right.
Yeah, no friggin' junk calls. Oof.
Yeah. I think we're going to try and go with the bag idea, the bag of holding for the Zariel cube.
Okie dokie. Keeping in mind, a bag of holding is just empty space full of nothing. So you can totally shove her in a bag of holding. Whoever's got that bag of holding, so as usual, Fulminoxus is going to have Lulu tagging beside her the whole time.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's as long as Lulu's okay with that. I know she's good.
Oh, she's a
Strong
little more
feelings on
okay
me,
with
yeah.
that than going inside the bottle. She goes, bag of holding. Oh, yeah, well, I can get a bag of holding. Hold on, let me give you a hand here. And she's basically shoving the Zariel sickle up into the air with her own tusks and trunks in her tiny form. She's like, we get this done. Oh, yeah, let's go. Come on, let's go, Zariel. We get you some help. Oh. No problem. A little excited, too, almost hopping on those feet of hers.
Wow, I just get rejected hard by Fergus. He came in here, lay in the bed with his stick, and I gave him a couple of pats, and then he just ran away. So that's, I'm not crying, that's fine. That's,
Well, if it makes you feel any better, he came up, jumped up on the bed where I'm sitting, and then walked away as well.
but did he run away after you touched him?
No, I didn't touch him.
It's a little
You
disgusting.
get away from me.
You peasant! How dare you? Oh, okay.
Good dog.
Yeah, he's definitely getting into his teenager phase. He throws a lot of tantrums and sleeps a lot now. Okay, right.
So we put cereal in the bag of holding, we fix the ship, we put it in a bottle, and then we trudge up a mountain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Are people... Can you explain to me how to do my smithy checks?
Oh, it's just a proficiency-based roll. It's it would be a strength-based roll that you are proficient with for using your smithy tools
Right.
on the vessel.
The best I can do to help
Right.
would be to stand behind you all day and cast guidance on you every minute.
And it would take 8 hours of your day to do that. It's a working day. That's how I rank them. 8 for
That's-
sleep, 8 for whatever, 8 for work.
That's fine. I definitely don't mind doing that. Yep, I will do it. Is anyone else helping me, or is that just a flat roll? Maybe plus a d4.
Oh, just you. The DC is a DC of 10. You're about to knock it out the water. Don't even worry.
Oh, I can't fail.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get 10 health back. Wow. You tried to, though.
I did try to fail.
That's a good place to waste low rolls, because it doesn't make a difference, right?
19 total, actually, though.
Very nice. So do we gain?
Do we find out who we want the simulacrum of?
Oh yeah, we completely forgot about that. Do we want a mini flux or
Yeah.
another Nimbar, or did you say Alec at some point?
Yeah, I did suggest Alec because you can wild shape. Wild shape?
Yeah. So that I know that they can't get spells back, but do they get features back? I don't know.
They
how
get
that-
features. They do get features back. They just can't get spell
'Cause-
slots.
Wild Shape comes back in a short rest, and at this level I get 6 free casts of Guiding Bolt as a feature. And the Starry form I can get another 2d8 as a bonus action, or the Chalice I
Yeah,
get 2d8 as a
I do like
healing thing.
I do think like having you like a simulacrum of you is actually probably going to be the best bet.
Oh, that'll be weird, but we can try it.
But by all means, like you don't have to. Like it's your call. Just
I was
Let's
gonna
give it
say
a
the
go.
same thing. Like, yeah, I would like, I'm fine with it being Alec, but like, Flux would feel kind of weird about it.
yeah.
Jillian doesn't want to manage 2 characters, honestly.
Yeah, that is the big
Jillian's like,
thing.
I've already got Lulu, hang on.
Yeah, that's the big thing. Is if we make you, you'll have 2 characters you have to manage. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I can
Alright.
do that.
Well then, let's wish upon a wish for another Alec. Wish to use simulacrum to copy Alec.
And as he forms from the snow in the very air, you know, standing there on the deck without any equipment at all, just puts a hand on the other Alec's shoulder, gives a nod.
Flux looks away.
I'm sure if Courtney was here, she'd have a really, really funny thing for Bellamy to say. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Like, I
With
cover
it.
Lulu's eyes.
Yep. However, she's not here, so just use your imagination. Maybe she's got her hands on her hips saying something like, ha ha ha, and everyone has a really good laugh out of it. Sorry, Courtney, that's your skill. You gotta be here to do it, so I gotta pass. That being said, he puts a hand on Alec's shoulder. He's like, I got the best news for you.
Yeah.
You've got a drinking buddy again, and nods his head. So
my
I'm
God.
betting you're gonna be in one dragon armor, he's gonna be in the other one.
Oh yeah, I'll give him the white dragon armor for the cold resistance.
To be fair, remember didn't we wish for everyone to have cold resistant?
Did we? Oh yeah,
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it has all the features that you had.
right. So he's already cold resistant. Oh yeah, I'll still give him the white dragon armor. Because
Yeah. That, That's a good
we've
point.
got a green ranger and a white ranger. We just need red, black, blue, yellow, pink, and we'll be good to go.
yeah.
Oh, and as you're sucking the ship up into a bottle, and all your little friends and pals and everything go inside. After this, of course, I'm gonna say there is one small detail. Crickendalt walks up. This is me. I'm not going in battle, am I?
You can stay outside with us, although it's going to be bloody cold.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I don't mind the cold. I don't like being inside the battle. It's cramped.
Fair enough.
Unbeknownst to the team, Crickendalt somewhat suffers from claustrophobia, and the thought terrifies him.
Aww.
He didn't know he was in a bottle the first time when he came back out, and people told him of it. He's been very quiet ever since. Which is
Poor
why
guy.
you've heard nothing from Crickendalt the whole trip. Just right now, him coming up to the end. I'm not going in battle, right? Okay, thank you. Oh, okay, good. I'm coming up with yous. Yeah. You have my spear, but I'm going to take up the rear. Because, and he looks at the wizard. I think he might be physically stronger than me now, but that doesn't make sense. when once you've simulacrum to Alec and he's walking around, he's like, "Weren't you wearing green armor?" A few minutes later, walks by. Wait a second, you're wearing the green armor. Where'd the white armor go? Oh, this sucks. Finds out there's two. He gets a little cranky.
I mean, here's the real question: what happens when the simulacrums we both summon are familiar? Is that the same guy, or?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a question. By the way, I sent a list of items that I have on my person that could possibly help equip the new one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was looking through my inventory as well. I can give him the dragon scale mail white. I've also got a battering shield with boost his AC. Although maybe the ring of spell storing and the quarterstaff. Oh, the quarterstaff wouldn't be attunement, would it?
No, mine is just a generic. Did not require attunement.
Right. Yeah. So the spell storing thing, I would cast into that because he can't recover the spell. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, we all can cast into it, and he can use it.
Okay. Cool.
What kind of quarterstaff is it?
I think it's just a +2.
Yeah, I just have a generic +2 quarterstaff.
Speaking of quarterstaffs, can I just take a really quick detour? Dean, the Staff of Withering is only attunable by clerics, something and something else, like 3 different classes that Hannah is not for our Tuesday game. I just thought of it, and if I didn't say it now, I would forget. So thank you,
Awesome.
everyone.
Ooh, pardon me. That's quite all right, Jillian. If I ever said anything about anyone ever shifting a side tangent, I would be the biggest hypocrite. So I'm very happy, because honestly, when you remember little details like that, if you don't get them out, oh god, they're gone. They're so gone so fast.
Yeah.
Like that
Cleric,
familiar
Druid,
detail you
and
just
Warlock.
brought. What about them?
Yeah.
Oh, Cleric, Druid, Warlock, yes. She just said it, and I forgot what she had said for the... Oh my god, I need more coffee.
I could only remember cleric, but I knew it was 2 other classes that my monk wasn't.
Alright. Sorry. I
It's
didn't
okay.
realize it required attunement.
Yeah, I think there was one time I was playing Courtney's character, and I looked into it because I was like, "How come I don't have that quarterstaff?" And I was like, "Oh, that's why."
Oh, you're playing Monk in the other game.
Yeah, Way of the Long Death, actually.
Are you a nightmare on your DM and you stun all the time on the big bads?
I'm not too bad for stunning.
Yeah.
I'm only level 7, so I try to conserve my key points a bit.
Oh, but that frightful presence is useful.
I haven't used it yet, actually, because it's every creature, so like my teammates aren't immune to it, so it's very situational. I haven't had a chance to use it.
If you can rush in behind the enemies and use it and blast it, and then rush back, because it ruins the rest of your turn. You can do absolutely nothing. But if you can get it, it's only useful as well in the low levels because of its low save. But if you can get behind the enemies, use it, and then get back to your post with your team, because, you know, they're flighty, that's what monks do. If you can pull that maneuver and use it once, your whole team gets advantage on the next turn. It's...
Yeah.
Oh, Way of the Long Death is so fun. It's such a wonky class, and that whole, oh look, I gained temp health, haha. That's...
Yeah, I really enjoy that. And it's a lot, too, at this level. Like, we're only level... we're about to be level 8, but it's 10 temporary hit points. That's huge at level 7.
Oh, that means the healers don't have to heal you. You always have that buffer of 10, like...
Yeah, I'm almost always good. I get a little grumbly if I don't get the kill, but so I'm like temporary hit points, but it's fine though. Like I use patient defense a lot too, so
in character too, you can run that so hard. Like, man, I am the master of death here. I should be the one finishing them. Oh,
yeah.
Dusty was the I'm stuck with it because I've died and death has me, which was a different way of looking at the class. So that's so much fun to see someone running that, because it's Oh, it's so many fun little abilities that are so prickly. And stun. Stun is the absolute worst ability in all of Dungeons and Dragons from a DM standpoint. From a player standpoint, it's the best. It's the bee's knees. Use it all the time.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with that character.
Monks are so entertaining to play. I mean, like they have so many little fun pieces. Yeah. I like the rogue too. That's same sort of so many fun pieces. Then you got characters like Flux, who are just, I'm gonna chop you in half. One swing. Watch it. Two sides of the coin. And you're playing on both sides of the coin. That's awesome. You got all strength and all dex builds.
I have a question. Do simulacrums get the bonus from like a tome of understanding?
It's a copy of yourself. Yep, that's a biological change to you. Oh, and to answer the question on familiar, since the spell says you gain the service of a familiar, a spirit that takes the animal form you choose, since you have gained the services and the simulacrum is a copy of you, this could be potentially game breaking, by the way. If it casts Find Familiar, I'm going to trigger the overlay, because I haven't found anything on it directly yet, but this part I'm going to trigger. So if your simulacrum uses Find Familiar, it'll summon your familiar, because you gain the services of a familiar. I don't know how different from you the simulacrum is meant to be, but until I can find a ruling where someone's like, oh no, it would get its own. If it's a copy of you and it's you, and you, any contracts you'd have would apply with the simulacrum, maybe? I don't know, this is a tricky one. So for right now, until I find a ruling, if he uses Find Familiar, it'll summon your familiar. So they could be on a different plane of existence and summon your familiar. You can see how that's what I mean by a little breaking.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm probably not going to do it. It was just one of those...
What if?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I think two imps fighting over who's the real imp would be quite funny, but maybe that's just me.
The best is when you first summon it, he's not going to know who's the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right, and I've made a second Alec. I should quickly modify his health, because it's half of 165, rounded down, unfortunately, so that's going to be 82 health maximum.
Yep. I'm working on the same thing in D&D Beyond, but yeah, just because I got the equipment and stuff there, but that's cool.
Oh, and in Foundry the equipment can be there, and you should be able to re-equip it as well to get the same effect. But I mean, you use D&D Beyond the most. Keep using that; it's easier.
Yep. Yep.
Dan, is there any good equipment you have in your little bags?
Give me a moment.
So I think the spell storing is probably a good shout for him.
Oh.
In fact, he probably doesn't need the quarterstaff, because he's got the primal sab. Well, I guess it's useful if he can't cast a spell. Yeah. Okay. I'll be fine. Because the first RPG I ever played, I had 2 characters. This should be.
Look at it like having 2 initiatives.
Actually, sorry. So Jade found something.
Ooh.
So before we cast this, apparently we need to get your ruling on it, because it's kind of rules as intended. Rules as written, it says just spell slot, but like Jeremy Crawford saying
What
it's
what are you trying to do?
well, no. I'm trying to get a fair ruling with all the information available. He's saying rules as intended. The creation is meant to be unable to regain any use of any of its features that it expends.
Yep.
So, are we doing it that way, or just rules as written?
Let me see here, because I do believe for Simulacrum it's pretty much written that they can't regain the spell slot. Let me see here, just a second. I'm just going to pull up that article you referenced. This is the sort of thing to hit me up with before a game. 1 second here.
Sorry, I didn't think about it till just now. My apologies on that.
Sorry, I was just looking up to see if they could do something familiar, and I came across this, and I'm like, oh, wait.
Yeah, Crawford seems to be of the standard opinion on it. Like a sorcerer simulacrum cannot recover spell points by spending sorcerer's points by spending to create spell slots. They can't gain back action surge, and they don't get back mystic arcanum uses or any of that stuff. The idea is, as he points out in that article, they are meant to be an object that loses its investment over time. It's meant to burn out and then poof away. The fighter uses up its action surges, the wizard uses up its spells, and all that. I mean, let's be honest here, John, how much effort did it take you just right now to make a copy of Flux? 1 day of effort. You just casted Wish, and there it is. And you could still cast Simulacrum again, and the other wizard on the team can also do Wish and Simulacrum if he has them both, and do 2 more, and you could have 4 on the team with a snap of your fingers, essentially, at this level. So they are meant to be a burnout. And that because we even had the situation the other week where a spell was used which restored health and raised the maximum health and all that. It raised the maximum health of the Simulacrum, but did not restore any health. And I had to actually go searching for that one. But no, the way rules is written and rules is intended, you cannot restore anything generally to a Simulacrum. I think with an alchemy bench you can restore its health, they were saying, and that's it, if I recall the rules correctly. Outside of that... Yeah, the damage. Yeah. That's it. Outside of that, nothing restores on a Simulacrum over time.
Okay.
They're a shadowy clone of a being from a single moment in time, and it slowly fades away. Which is also why they generally don't have a fear of death. Like, Alex clone, as he's pulling out a strong bottle, he's like, I'd chug this, but I'd lose constitution, and I wouldn't gain that back, and I wouldn't be good in a fight. But I would. But I am very much on that opinion with the way that Simulacrums work. Mind you, I always read over individual situations as they come up, specific to anything that goes outside the rules, but yeah. Well, I'm guessing you were hoping to gain back a little bit on them?
Oh, like the wild shapes and such.
Yeah. That would be a disservice to your class, though, because if they can gain back the wild shape, but you can't gain back spell slots, where's the line? Right? So, no, unfortunately, anything used is burned away. That being said, those of you who can cast polymorph and crap like that, keep those spells in mind. Because you could always point it and be like, okay, you're going to do it anyway. And you're like, yay!
No.
But I am I'm a bit strict on Simulacrums burning away. They do give you a considerable strategic advantage, so they have to have considerable strategic cost.
Yeah, I think that's okay. I mean, I've got a number of spells that I can cast for free initially.
Oh yeah.
I've got spells that can summon things that can cast other spells.
Oh my god, they both can go starry form at the same time? A couple times anyway? Oh no.
we can have 2 dragons in a starry form at the same time.
That's gonna be horrifying.
Okay, look, there's an army. It's okay.
You can't fly anymore. Magic has disabled flight on this plane of existence going forward. I can do that. I'm the DM. I swear I can. Well, no. I wouldn't do that. Not to the whole plane of existence anyway. Spoilers. So then. with a copy of Alec decked out in the opposite dragon plate mail. Bellamy looking between the two, making another comment, maybe something about double mint gum, I don't know, with a laugh that causes Lulu to chuckle. It's like, oh, like them old commercials. Lulu's like, whoa, it's a commercial. Oh, I'm breaking the fourth wall too much here, Lulu. Oh, okay. So, I will be an honest DM for once and not hold a curtain. As mentioned, getting to the top edge of that cliff from the side that you're on isn't going to cause you any trouble. You're going to have no trouble flying up there from what you can see from the ground. No storms on this side the wall. Pardon me. I'll refer to it as a wall. It's essentially like the wall from Attack on Titan now that I stop and think about it, encircling the entirety of the continent. You just hope the Colossuses aren't in there, because could you imagine a 5,000 meter Colossus? Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you see the live action adaptation by any chance?
Oh, not yet, but I want to, but I haven't. I just haven't taken the time. Is it good?
No.
Oh. Damn. It's like Death Note back in the day. I got excited for it, and then I watched it, and I'm like, I can't do subbed. Damn it.
Yeah, the first one. So they split it into two. It's like two parts. The first part is all right. It's it's one of those animes that people flying around giants was never going to look too great in live action, but the second one was. I don't know if they were trying to make like atmosphere being sinister, but it just made the whole theater I was in laugh. It was just really, it was kind of sad, but it's interesting to see from I've seen it. I can walk away now.
The problem then, by the sounds of things, they made one simple mistake. They should have hired Sam Raimi to do the movie. If anyone is going to be able to fly little people around giant monsters, it's going to be the dude who directed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He could do it, I am sure. Oh. I can go on to Attack on Titan. Nightmare Fuel. I'm never going to forget the first couple seasons of that anime. It's calmed down considerably on the Nightmare Fuel since, but still Nightmare Fuel, just not to that degree of right-in-your-face shock value. Oh, we dodged a Titan, good. It turns its head to the side, it's got your friend in its mouth, and it's chewing on it. It's like, no! Did not need to see that! It's like, wait a second, I can use this for D&D. Keep watching. Oh. Alrighty. So the big question is, can the party scale the wall with magical flight without consuming resources? You got that carpet of flight, which will get you a good distance. Lulu's got flappy ears. Any plans to scale the wall? Jake could walk, like literally walk like Spider-Man.
How long would it take to fly up there? With a speed of check.
It's 5,000 meters high.
So I can now just continuously cast Reduce Person on myself and Mage Hand myself up. Little bit awkward.
How far can a Mage Hand move?
30 feet a turn. That being said, more realistically, I'll just be in one of Jade's pockets.
So 30 feet is about 9 meters. And you gotta climb 5,000. So, I mean, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, that's why I said it with a laugh. Realistically, I'll sit in Jade's pocket and just continuously cast Reduce Person.
I can ferry people up as a giant eagle. Can wild shape into one and just do runs.
Let's see here. Alright, so I did the math, John. If the party is limited to 30 feet, you can climb 500 meters, stupid freaking imperial metric conversions, in about 17 minutes. The math is
Yeah,
actually quite straightforward. If
It'll take a while.
oh wait, no, my math's off. I did that as if it was something else. It's gonna take longer than that. I think about 3 times as long.
Ooh.
Yeah, about 54 minutes. It would take you about an hour to climb at that speed, 5,000 meter, which isn't bad. But that's going at full max speed the whole way up. And if you're using magic to do that, no problem. These are magical devices that go at full max speed constantly. By your own power, which is nobody because y'all don't have wings. By your own power, you'd be exhausted by the top of that trip, so. Yeah, when I did the math, I forgot to convert the feet to meters, so I had to switch that around quickly. Which is why the increase happened triple, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, about an hour. So then, given that you have more than enough hardware to get up there, I'm pretty sure, without using any magic, did you all just want me to skip forward an hour and jump to the next spot?
Sure, sounds good to me.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright.
first, we did want to repair the ship, so...
Oh, Jillian did that earlier. Show if you were going to cast your spell. Oh, and
Yeah.
Jillian's on a
Yeah,
quick be right back. She still might be away. Jillian
Oh no,
did
sorry,
her-
I'm back. I'm back.
perfect.
Sorry.
So we got your repair earlier. That was 10 points back to
Yeah.
the ship, which brought it to 32. I believe I made a note up in the chat earlier. John, if you want to go ahead and cast that spell, what's the cast time? 10 minutes? Good.
10 minutes, yeah. And how much does that heal? It doesn't say in the spell. Don't.
Because it was in a sidebar. 1 second here. They added it in with the vehicle stuff. Blah, 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 blah. Shoot, I found a good place and I used it the other day for a roll. And it was a pretty good roll. It's like something like 3 or 4 d10, I think.
You posted like the rolling, but not the spell, because I remember the spell was more than the rolls. Yeah.
The problem is there's so many different ways that they've done repair on ships. So is that again here? First level. Yep, since you have Flux on the team, and she's already passed her smithy check, and you're providing her more raw materials and junk to work with, because that's essentially how this all works. I can gloss over the smaller details. Roll an additional 4d8 for the extra health the ship will get from the Fabricate spell, giving much better raw materials and the exact parts needed. You're literally following her along, just like, oh, you need a new bulkhead warp piece here. Whoop, there it is. Perfectly shaped, too. And meanwhile, Fulminoxus is pulling it up like, wow, that actually is perfect. Rivets in place, moves on to the next one. 15 additional health back to the boat. That brings it up to 48 health.
What's the total?
150.
150.
150.
So the ship's looking decent at this point.
I can keep using fabricate, correct?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing to stop you. Because fabricate's 10 minutes to cast. So you can cast it as many times as you can spare 10 minutes inside of an 8-hour wall that was provided thanks to Flux doing the repair jobby. So you use fabricate again. So you do another 48. That's 23 points, which brings the ship up to 71.
I may be blowing through my spell slots, guys, but I want the ship back.
I can only add that 1d10, like that 10 points for the day, right? There's nothing else I could do to help it.
You're technically doing most of the heavy lifting, Jillian. Without Flux having passed her check for this repair, this wouldn't make a difference. He'd just be stacking piles of raw material instead. He's providing you with more tools to do it. Teamwork makes the dream work in this one. So since you aced that so hard DC 10, because that's all the book says, you are kicking its butt. I also noticed, because I was reading through Ghosts of Saltmarsh the other day, that they expanded and said you can repair your vessel on the water. They put in special rules for that, so I got some research to do. Hopefully it won't come up again. But yes, because you've already kicked the ass, he's basically giving you fuel for the fire. And I gotta say, if I was a blacksmith and I had someone there passing me the exact piece I needed for what I was repairing at that time, I'd be like, this is the best! I don't even have to try and fit it in plate, you know? But it does cost, essentially, 8 hours for the party. 20 health on top of that is 91. So that's 3 slaps of fabricate. Nimbar, like, halfway through, do we want the ship in a new color? Another drop of fabricate at 4th level. And for every level above 4th that you cast it at, you get an additional D8 for the fabrication. I think can you cast it at higher levels? There's nothing in there that gives it a bonus, but...
Yeah, it doesn't give a bonus, but any spell can be cast.
This is the DM saying if you want to burn through those high-level slots, you get 1d8 more healing per level.
Okay, well then this was a 5th level spell slot, so...
127, because 91 plus 28 is 127. Wait.
Yeah, so...
Well, 26, yeah, okay, sorry. Oh, wow. 91 plus 26 is 127. There we go. I did the math right, I'm just dumb. Oh.
Yeah.
127 out of 150. There's some cracks still running here and there and some pieces that need replaced, but...
A question, just quickly about the simulacrum. If it equips the belt of dwarven kind and it boosts its con, it doesn't gain the extra hit points.
There we go.
Yeah, you cannot give or restore health to one, but you can increase the hit point maximum on them because that's a mechanic, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that will the big thing that'll do is also give it a higher con save and such.
Little things like that, yep.
Yeah.
There's...
He already has a plus 10, so I might go with something different.
Yeah, that's fair. I just posted literally anything that I could think would help.
Yep.
Alright, there we go. So I'm out of 4th level spell slots and I've used 2 5th levels, but we got a full ship again. I personally think it was worth it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It was. Yeah, thank you very much, John.
Oh yeah, brings the ship back up to par. Fulminoxis is like rubbing her brow from sweat as she's done, like, wow, I've never had such good materials to work with. Alright, and just give me 1 minute.
I love the idea of Flux in like a modern setting, just being like a really burly like female mechanic. I mean, yeah, I can make it run, but it's gonna cost you. This thing doesn't happen overnight. You know what I mean?
Doesn't it though?
Well, it does if you have a Nimbar.
Yeah. Yeah, DC 10. I don't
Fergus
think
seems to be having a hard time with this Billy stick, dude.
Good.
He can't get the last little bit.
It's a bit time you had trouble.
I don't like it lasted him. It lasted him longer than 40 minutes, which is great. Still got a good chunk of it left too.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back.
Welcome back. So, question: was Flux even able to fail the DC 10 Smithy check?
No.
Nope.
No, it's a plus 13. for Flex.
Too good.
Yeah.
Kicks too much ass. There's probably a moment or two Nimbar's like, oh, this piece will probably fit great over it, and Flux would grab it, nope, right here, click, and he's like, oh. when you have a nat 13, you're not even trying anymore. You know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah.
this is old hat. I could close my eyes and put this on the correct way. Oh, that was like that. So the ship is now pristine. Looks better than it ever did. Sparkly and shiny and new once more. Still can't fly though, because, well, that crystal on the back's damaged, and that would take more than just standard repair, as you all are aware. That's the
It's
source of
cra-
its flight. Outside of that, now it just hovers.
It's a cracked crystal, correct?
Exactly.
Mending.
Okay. Still doesn't work.
It doesn't restore the cracks in it.
It restores the cracks, but it doesn't restore the magic too.
Mending just looks really pretty. It's like putting makeup on top of something. It doesn't restore what's broken, it only fixes physical damage to an object. If the magic's already spilled out of it, it's already cracked, damaged, and crazed. It's like the ship. There's a fabricate spell so you can build stuff to make ships stronger, because mending isn't really designed for that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Alright. So we've spent 8 hours there, and then another hour getting to the top, correct?
And when you make it to the top in the new area, you find an exceedingly large chasm. Hundreds upon hundreds of meters wide, all the way around, as this large wall of stone has encircled the entirety of the continent. But, true to Gargoth's words, he has delivered you to what appears to be a bridge. A worn, old, heavy chain, reeking of dark power, long since faded. Chains that would bind a world to another plane of existence, not unlike the chains that bound El Turel to Avernus. However, the poor shackles and remnants of a city that you can just spot in the distance at the end of one chain where Gargoth has led you would indicate a city that did not fare so well when it was sent to hell. Gargoth will extend a hand out towards the chain, which has planks set across it. The chain, despite its massive size, sways heavily as torrents of wind, blizzard, and hail rip through the valley created through this two stone, glancing down on the other side of the cliff face that you see. Goes far beyond what vision would provide, and looks to be deeper than the 5,000 meters that you climbed, going on for eternity into darkness. Gargoth gives a light chuckle as he points to the chain, gives a nod of his head and says, I think these guys watch too much Star Wars. They don't know about handrails. Good luck to yous.
I never expected the Health and Safety Commission to really pick up in the Hells anyway. So that's
I made a push, but they unionized, and after that, brings a thumb up to his throat, just drags it across.
You mean you're anti-union, Gargoth?
Well, of course. They're gonna make more for themselves if they do that. And you gotta realize, as he makes a triangle shape with his two hands, hell's a pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
I can't say any of this is a shock. Oh dear.
Gargoth will have no trouble gliding across this chain with his arms behind his back. He makes that very clear. But I mean, he is a demigod, so you know. He's never the issue in the team.
Okay.
Crickendolt, however, looks at the chain, leans over and just sort of whispers to Bellamy, "Oh, fudge, maybe I should have stayed in the boat."
So would characters with climbing speed have trouble?
Nope, no trouble at all. With climbing speed, you could cling to the chain.
Okay.
However,
because
as you notice from the middle of the chain, if a gust of that strong torrenting wind hits it, you're going to need to make a check to hold on. Anyone with a climb speed will have automatic advantage on that check.
okay.
How many times can Bellamy use the control weather?
Oh, I think that was supposed to recharge at noon. Or at dawn or something like that.
She would have got that back. She was using control weather directly after the Kraken fight and before the long rest, so she would have it back. Now, it takes 1d4 times 10 minutes for the new conditions, pardon me, to take effect. So I'd have to do a quick roll to see how long. But, as you're standing there in the front of a blizzard, Bellamy be giving a wink as she pulls out her violin. "Oh, I make this a lot better for the trip. You all want me to play some music?"
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can't hurt. I didn't say that out loud though, and I punched myself in the face. No.
Chuckles.
Alex says that in the simulacrum, punches Alec in the face and goes, "Dude."
I was
I
about
know.
to make that joke too.
Lulu trots over beside Flux, flops down on her butt, looks a little disgruntled, says, "I don't like walking. I like flying everywhere. It's why I have wings. Why I gotta make my... Oh, damn it." So then, Bellamy begins to play on her violin as she fights against the oncoming storm. Let me give a quick roll. Oof. First time you want to roll low. After half an hour of furiously playing, the winds are beginning to die back and recede. You can see sweat rolling down Bellamy's forehead. And she confides in the group that she can keep this music going and hold the storm at bay. Hopefully. But she can't stop playing. She'll have to cross like this to keep the storm at bay, which means someone's going to have to roll performance checks. Find success, and Bellamy's character will be carrying you all with the sounds of music. Find failure, now you're going to have to do those rolls I mentioned a little bit ago.
Okay.
Jake, you mind if I be a pocket gnome?
Pocket gnomes are helpful.
Isaac, meanwhile, is just staring at the other end of the chain where he can just see the edge, and he's like rubbing his chin, mutters something about wish it could teleport.
Oh yeah.
I know, buddy.
Wizards are like, we have the solution.
Right? Like, freaking to teleport, this would be so much easier.
Gargoth
had-
appears on the other side of Jade. It'd be so much easier. Appears back where he was.
So had teleport been a thing we could do, like when Alex got Neem, Nimbar would have went in after him as well.
Oh, yeah. I teleport into the
Yeah.
Kraken's belly. Kraken goes,
I mean,
delivery.
I have Misty Step as well. So, the Kraken could have been more than 30 feet wide.
Misty Step, you have to see your destination.
Oh, you do.
I wait for the Kraken to roar, I use a ready action, and I'll Misty Step into its mouth as it roars once I see the back of its throat. It's like, okay, done.
Yeah.
Or you go Jillian's way, just give me my swords, I'm gonna open his mouth.
Would that work though? Because Misty Step is a bonus action. Can you ready bonus actions as an action? Or is it just actions?
Well, when you ready an action, you use up your whole action, so I'm pretty sure you can ready a bonus action.
Yeah, that sounds like a rules thing that's might be worth a Google later on, but not just now.
Oh, no, scratch that. Bonus actions, however, are in fact limited to only occurring on your turn and cannot be readied according to Crawford himself.
God damn you, GC!
Because that's literally someone asked him in 2016, hey, can you ready a bonus action? Like Misty Step? So that's good to know. It's not something that comes up because we always ready our biggest hit. But yes, that's a really good one to know. I thought it would because of the action economy, but bonus actions can only be used on your turn. Good to know. That's a nice little clarification. For once I got it right away. Crawford's like, it's right here, 2016, you're good, Alan. It's like, thanks, buddy. I like to think somewhere, someday, Crawford was on YouTube, found one of my videos, watched half a second of it, and went, closed it. But that was enough. I got half a moment of connection. I know it. Oh God. So, Jillian, would you like to give me a roll for Courtney? It's going to be her performance.
Sure, yeah.
Awesome.
Can she be
Is anybody helping her or
guided?
guided or?
Oh yeah, all those things can happen. However you want to run it. That's why I said at the 30-minute mark, she looks back. I have to keep playing. We have to go now. The second I stop, this storm's coming back.
With a vengeance.
Is it specific to the performance skill? 'Cause Alex can play the drums. Would him trying to drum help at all, or?
She looks at both Alex. Both of you, grab your drums. We can hit a beat and help me keep caution. I mean, I'm joking for both of you, but you know, funny that way. That would give her advantage on the roll because you could help her.
Okay, so Simulacrum, Alec is wearing that spider cloak, so he's got a climb speed, so it probably makes more sense for him to play the drum because he needs his hands, or it makes it easier for him to balance, I suppose, on the chain.
That works. Bellamy, as she starts moving, playing the sound on her violin, holding against the oncoming breaching storm. It's quite the sight. Normally, her power can control the weather within 5 miles using this magic. However, these magical torrenting storms, and I'm going to point out, Gargoth is being the biggest ass. He's floating about 10 feet in front of the party. Both feet pointed straight down towards the chain, arms behind his back with a big grin on his face, watching you go like, oh yes, you can do it, come on, this way, you know? Bellamy twitches a little bit while she's playing on the violin like, don't throw off my rhythm. But she'll have constant advantage on these rolls, so long as you can keep running that, as she makes her way, playing the music for the first stage. But instead of that large 5 miles, you notice, maybe 1,000 meters out from where you are, a dome. As if the weather itself strikes it, twists, and bends around, forced by Bellamy's will and the power of her control weather, to at least leave this one place calm. However, despite her power, a blizzard is rolling in and visibility is getting very poor. You can barely see Gargoth at the head of the line as he waves, keep coming. So give me another performance check for the midway mark, Jillian. Unless you want to put the roll on someone else. I completely understand. I just picked you randomly.
No, that's okay. So it's is it the same thing, like Alex helping and I'm guided?
Yep. So long as you can get guidance on there repeatedly without restriction. This isn't like back to back to back to back to back. It's essentially, you can treat this like rounds, so you all have plenty of time to add your add-ons. Only thing you got to be
Alright.
worried about is a fail.
Yeah, regular Alec can reach out and cast guidance again, and the copy will still drum.
With a 20, as you make your way across, you notice her bubble shrinking. She focuses her concentration. Even with her incredible skill, she points out, it's getting cold on my fingers. They're getting tired. This is getting hard to play. So what I'm going to need, Dan, pull up Courtney's sheet and give me a con save on Bellamy. With a 20 on her con save, Bellamy just passes, fighting hard against the cold despite her resistances, as she fights against exhaustion. And she continues, but that bubble of hers has shrunk considerably now, though her power still holds the wind at bay. The weather's waiting, coming stronger. You can barely see around each other now. Lulu pushing at Flux's back, wings flapping and legs going, saying, I keep walking, I'm not letting go. As you continue onward, give me one final roll to see if Bellamy can lead the party to safety. Oh!
Hot damn.
And like any good song that has a low middle point, the solo she rips out for the end is just incredible. Dice Goblin. Dice Goblin. Sadness Chan called out Dice Goblin and she's not even here.
Appropriate.
Oh, no.
So very nicely
That's a
done,
shame.
Jillian. Very nicely done. That's some good luck right there. You break through the cloud and the storm as your feet touch solid stone on the other side. And as you look back and see friends coming through as well, your allies and all that, as they breach through the blizzard that almost seems to stop like a sheet of ice, sheet of wall of water, something of the sort. Everyone comes through and you see everybody coming. Except for Alex Simulacrum. A second or two goes by before you hear, oh shit, I got a little mixed up. And when you look over, you see he's standing side on the chain, on the other side down on the side. Makes his way back up. He's like, not quite used to this cloak yet. Got a little turned around. But you all safely arrive on the other side.
Shat myself, I thought I was going to lose my drum there.
Bellamy's gonna take a few minutes and slowly put the violin away. Hands a bit achy. And it doesn't take 5 minutes for the weather to completely obliterate what she had done. Turning the halls that you just walked across, or the chain that you just walked across, once again into a torrenting inferno of snow and blizzardy temperatures. However, as you look towards the area in front of you, you now see what appears to be somewhat the ruins of a mighty stone gateway. The exterior walls to what might have been a large city. As you look out, you can now clearly see that it's mostly been taken back by nature. And you can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes at the word nature because this isn't natural. The snow and desolation and destruction has mostly turned it all to crap. But the weather here is a bit more relaxing, a bit more controlled, and a bit calmer. Slight flurries come down. Lulu, meanwhile, is waddling her way over towards Bellamy, checking on her. She's like, oh, let me see your hands, and just wraps her trunk right around them, and Bellamy just goes, oh, warm, oh, yes. You know, that's what they're doing for 5 minutes. As Lulu uses her incredible warmth because she has the bird-like body with the elephant-like body, so I couldn't think of anything in the universe warmer and more comfy. It's like a chocobo, my god. Just wrap an arm, like snuggle, snuggle. You know, I digress. Looking out across the wastes in front of you, the barren plain almost, one thing stands out this late in the day, where it's 11:30 at night. The shining bright light that comes from Mephisto's lair has turned itself back into a dull shimmer, providing no illumination on these lands. But that doesn't mean you don't see light. In the distance, you can see what appears to be the faintest signs. Give me perception checks, everyone, to see what that light actually is. Ah, crap, Nimbar. You have no perception and you always roll high on it. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a rule or something. Nimbar's like, oh yeah, I recognize that. I've been there. Alec, too. Oh, everybody's acing it. Look at this. Except the simulacrum. He's still getting his bearings, so that works perfectly. He's like, I'm all flipped around here. Hang on. Not used to this other armor. Haven't worn it in a while. Oh, God. Bellamy's helping him out. Oh, no, Bellamy's cold. Her hands are, like, frozen to death, so she's snuggling Lulu at the moment. Just like, oh, you're warm. So that makes sense, too, for hers. But the lot of you are able to determine that what you see in the distance appears to be the lights of civilization. A small settlement. A town in the middle of this ruined kingdom.
Anyone else not trust it?
Certainly, it can be avoided very easily. You could make your way around and continue onwards to Mephisto's lair. It would add a day to the travel, but as of right now, you're looking at 10 day on foot across snowy plains to get to where you need to go. That town you see in the distance? Couple hour jaunt. Not far at all.
Garroth, what do you know of this town?
He gives it a little bit of a glare and looks back towards you. Do you know we send traitors to the 8th lair?
Okay.
Traitors to the hells.
That's traditionally what
It's
the
not
8th
super
lair's
duper
for.
helpful.
He gives a nod of his head. Says, no, I suppose not. Points towards the town in the distance. Go there if you care, but that is a town of traitors.
I mean, traitors to hell.
Yeah, are we talking traders like they betrayed hell, or are we talking traders as merchants?
Oh, betrayers. Like, not traitors, betrayer. Because that's the purpose of the 8th layer of hell. Those who are treacherous go here. And he's saying betrayers, which would probably be him saying, no. So he puts a hand on Jade's shoulder. Not merchants, betrayers. You know, the bad ones, not the good ones. No money for you, sorry, friend. He pauses, though, as he rubs his jaw. Actually correct that. There are merchants there, but that's beside the point. You know what I mean.
I mean, is it too cocky to say that I think we can handle ourselves?
Don't know. We're fairly strong. It just depends if we can be bothered with people's bull crap. Although I would say, like, everyone outside of me can't handle the cold as well. Even if we don't stay there, just a few hours out of the wind might be good for everyone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Well, okay, listen. Here's how I feel. One of our closest allies in hell is a freaking hag. So, I mean, I feel like we're beyond the point of finding, good people here. So we may as well get the help while we can get it, and hope that if they're going to be shitty, that we can just defend ourselves. Obviously, we'll keep a watch if we end up sleeping. We'll have each other's backs. Everyone will stick together. We'll put our backpacks on the front of our bodies like tourists do. But I mean, I don't really feel like we have too much of a choice if we have like 10 days of travel ahead of us. The least we could do is have one warm night's sleep before we venture into a tundra.
Yeah.
I will say, after Flux's speech on that, Lulu pauses for a second, reaches around to her back, grabs her little pack that's around her neck, switches it around to the front, looks down, looks up at you, says, "Oh my word, that's brilliant. I just keep all my stuff safe. I'll have to worry about being stolen." And she glares at Jade. And then laughs.
Anyone else just get a picture of Lulu now as like, you know, those old Disney cartoons of like the St. Bernard's Mountain Rescue Dog with a little barrel?
Yeah. Lulu comes digs you out of the snow. That could yet happen. Starts digging around. "I got a help opening in here, just a second."
They really did that though, didn't they, Dean? They had like brandy in the barrels that they carried to help ward travelers.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, that's
Pretty
totally
sure
a
they
thing. I think they might even still use St. Bernard's Fort. I don't know if they carry brandy in there anymore, but that was the coolest shit, wasn't it? Alcohol,
well,
I believe, lowers
we've
body
learned.
temperature, but
Yeah, exactly. We've learned, but at the time, I think they knew it felt warm, so it must be good.
yeah. Well, imagine you get in an avalanche and all that, and you thinking, "Oh, this is it, game over." Ah. And then a dog pulls you out, and you're like, "Puppy," and it's got liquor. You're like, "Yes, I live." It doesn't matter what it is. That's sort of the way I looked at it, but then I'm like, wait, that's supposed to help them? Ha, no. Oh, I love it though. But yeah, I do believe, I don't know if they still use them, but they totally did, and that was one of my faves. Oh, I've gone on a tangent again. Jillian's mentioned something too adorable and I got lost.
Yeah.
Oh, not that I'm blaming Jillian, don't get me wrong. Is this 100% my ADD? 100%. So half the party is like, screw it, let's go. Jade's and Nimbar's opinions on the matter. And I'm willing to bet Bellamy says yes. Isaac might say maybe, so I'll say he says no, even though I think he'd say yes. He says no, so they're not counted. I think I cut you off, Dan. I think you were just talking when I started again.
Doesn't matter.
The rogue's like, evil place with a bunch of bad people? Yeah. I could do it or I couldn't. Let's see. So, John, Nimbar seems to be the vote. What are you thinking?
I'm muted.
I've
said this like 3 times now, and I'm like, why do you not listen to me?
I was literally about to say, you must be muted or thinking really hard.
Yeah, no, I was saying, like, everyone else seems to say yes, and Nimbar is also of the frame of mind, let the children play.
Alrighty. As mentioned, it'll be about 2 hours to trek towards this mysterious town on foot. It's slow going, a little bit cold, but slow going to make it there. So I'm going to kick forward 2 hours. It's now the 23rd of Oktar. A few days have passed. And you find yourselves approaching a village. I'll go ahead and activate a map now. What's interesting about this village as you approach, it appears to have torch-lit walkway from what you can see, along with a number of residential buildings. Once you're all on the map, you'll get these. I've activated it. But more interestingly and more important is what stands guard at the mouth of the road that leads to this town. You see a number of smaller devils and one very large, very strong, very badass looking pit fiend scar going over one eye, large cleft mace in the free hand, arms firmly crossed over its chest, leading to the only path that lays into town. Wow, it's being super slow to load for all of you.
Oh yeah,
8%.
I'm at 5.
And you're in
I'm
for
at
a little
7.
bit of a treat with the new map. I don't know why it's going so slow. Let me make sure my network's not being friggy. No, everything
How-
here is good. I'm on hardwired.
How big is the map?
Not incredibly huge, but it does have a bit of detail to it. Hopefully, we don't have to like
Yeah.
F5. Ooh,
Oh,
Jade raced
oh, there
everybody
we
in.
go. Now we're getting somewhere.
Oh yeah, it's all come together. Oh yeah, it's all good. I like that guy's voice. He doesn't have big parts and stuff, but
Oh,
he usually
yes.
shows up.
Love his voice. Oh, yeah. It's all coming together for Kronk. Oh, there we go. And we're just now getting Alec in, and we'll be good to go as well. Though I will say it's a couple minutes early. We could cut for a break at this point if everybody wanted. Take a quick 15
I
and
was
come
just-
back.
I was actually just thinking it might be a good time for a break when the tab
Yeah.
was loading.
Because anything else I bring up at this point is just going to burn that free time away. So yeah, let's take a 15, and we'll be back at 12:10.
Yep.
Alrighty, everyone. We'll see you in 15.
Okay. See ya.
Yeah, mic check is good. Oh. Headphones on. Alrighty, I am back.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. You there too, Dan?
Yeah, I'm here.
Perfect. I assume with the off mute. Dean, you there? Yeah, we'll give Dean and Jillian a minute. They might be taking an extra few.
Yeah, Dean didn't mute himself when he left, so.
No. Usually just uses his hard mute. I put the mute on so you all know I'm gone, but usually I hard mute too, so.
Yeah, that's what I do, is just put mute on, and then when I get back, I turn it off.
Makes things easier. It's like an AFK button, you know?
I just leave for like 30 seconds, so I just leave mine off.
Oh, I step away, stretch, laugh, all that stuff, get a drink.
I
come
also
back.
just keep my headset on, so.
Oh, that's fair. I could, because I got the wireless, but... Actually, I got super ultra lucky. I was, keeping an eye out, because after this I'm heading over to my buddy Jay's place just to chill with him, because his birthday's next week. So I'd been keeping an eye out, and I picked him up a pair of Razer Naris for $60.
Two of my friends' birthday was yesterday, as well as my little brother's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, dang.
But yeah, it's kind of funny. But we were hanging out with, I was hanging out with my two friends plus a couple other friends. And I brought ice cream cake to celebrate. And then we didn't eat it all, so I had to take it home. So I have a slice right now.
Oh, nice. They're nice thing about ice cream cakes. You throw them in a blender and you get a nice smoothie.
Oh, that's right.
What?
Oh, I went shopping yesterday. I bought a cake, and John saying about ice cream cake remind me, I have a cake in the fridge.
Oh, nice. Make us all a little jealous there, what?
Nice Black Forest cake.
Oh,
Ice cream cake is better.
Okay, but you can deal with the mess after I'm done eating it.
That's why I say blender. Like, this year for Sandy's birthday, we got her the DQ cake. Went all out. After a couple slices, we start eating a slice, and then another slice gets thrown in the blender with a little bit of milk, and bam, it's a genius smoothie. Just switch back and forth between those for a week while we go through it. I go to Dairy Queen, they're like, oh, you getting the cake? I'm like, yup. They're like, what size you want? The small cake is like $45. The biggest cake is like $47. And I'm like, okay. Do you sell very many small cakes? We sell lots and lots. That's our biggest seller. And I'm like, huh?
Why?
Give me the big cake for $2 extra. They're like, okay, here you go. I don't know. It's like...
I just got like the frozen cake from Sobeys. $25.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sobeys does a lot of good little cakes like that. I like their cheesecakes too. I got no willpower. I like their frozen cake. That's a good one. The ice cream cake they do. I mean, Dairy Queen commercials did it best back in the day. You walk in with the ice cream cake like, I got the cake. Everyone's like, yeah! Next person comes in, I got the spoons. There is nothing that tops the ice cream.
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
Wow, Fergus must have them slowed down.
Just a little bit.
Just in case, I'll get the Frozen Waste music going again. Yeah, track number 31 from Tabletop Audio, Frozen Wastes. I wonder if my streaming is still hooked up. Hey! Apparently I'm streaming now on Twitch again. I'm see if I get this for Kieran and give him a link while he's riding.
No legendary weapon skin?
Actually, I read that Twitch, yeah, you can't stream your music stuff. So, like, if you have Spotify, you can't stream it because of rules.
Actually, I
But
read that
if you have Spotify Premium and download the music to your computer, you can play it from there.
Oh, nice. Now, everything I'm playing inside Foundry will go through because OBS takes it and puts it all into a single audio stream. Our voices from Discord, the sounds from the game, and anything I accidentally pull up. So if I accidentally pull a website to listen to something, you generally don't hear it, but it'll get recorded for right now for what I'm doing because... Whoa, I hovered over the desktop. Everything disappeared. I'm like, what happened? I accidentally put my mouse on top of the thing on the taskbar that bars everything down.
Yeah.
And there we go. We're actually live streaming on Twitch right now. It still had my credentials and info programmed in. So I clicked it on, and Kieran can give a live stream if he's there and check it out. I don't really look at any of the notifications that pop up on live stream or words or anything that come up.
Mad Mage Mondays. I don't believe you.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, that one. I gotta change the name of it because I haven't done Mad Mage in a long time. But every Monday it used to be Mad Mage and I streamed it on Twitch. I should just call it Al's Campaigns. Actually, my favorite was on YouTube. Someone asked me, I gotta ask, what's the meaning of the channel? What's the channel's name mean? I'm like, well, my name's Al, and I'm not very complicated, so that's it. Like, I could feel the in their response, you know what I mean? I'm gonna give it another minute there. It looks like Dean and Jillian a little bit slower to get back this time.
Just a little bit.
It's gonna be an entertaining map to have some fun with. Well, I will say, mechanically from a map standpoint, you're all gonna have a bit more fun with this one than you usually do. All them upgrades and updates and etc. for Foundry, I popped a lot of them in for this map. Though I think my personal favorite has to do with the lighting. But I'll let that go. Yells, are they straight up AFK? Come on!
Yeah, I'm surprised. Normally they're not bad. It's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to demand puppy pictures to make up for it.
Oh. And since we have an extra NPC or two here, because I didn't know who'd actually be here, I generally prep a scene in advance with your minis. Ah, there he is. Is it still the right one? Yeah, I believe I rebuilt. Just in case. I'm gonna test on a different scene. Yeah, he's good. Same with her. Yep, they're both good.
I do notice I don't have not Minimbar.
Sorry, a bit late there, guys. Jillian will be like 2 minutes behind me.
Okie dokie.
It's completely unacceptable. To make up for it, you're gonna need to send puppy pictures.
You're right, John. I've forgotten the face of my father. We must perform a ceremony or honor Joe.
Oh my word.
Which my blood shall be spilled.
You're friendly though, so it's disadvantage on the attack rolls for both of you.
Puppy pictures, I can do that.
Just
Let's
in
see.
case Kieran's chilling around and he's got the time on that bus ride, I slapped us up on Twitch. It's been a while. We're live streaming too. Oh my, oh my.
Okay, so this is Fergus at a fire. That's him tired and wanting to go to bed.
Aww.
That's him with his bully stick.
Mhm.
And what else we got? Have you seen him with his one of his bandanas on?
No. I feel like we probably have, but we could always
I'm going to say no, just
No.
so we can see it again.
Yeah.
That's a pretty awesome looking pup.
Aww. Such an adorable little puppy.
Yeah, he's pretty charming. A lot of people out on our walks, they like, oh look, it's Fergus, and I'm like, good. I'm glad you remember my dog's name because I only know your dog's name.
That, you know what? They might be in the same boat as you, which is why they point at the dog, right?
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Fergus's owners. Hi, guys. How you been? Yeah, it's us, the owners from the other dog. We met like 50 times so far, and neither of us know the other's name. Good to see you. Because that's a dog person thing, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it. It's friendliness. Don't get enough of that. Which is good. I like the friendliness.
But yep, he's getting to be a big lad. His last weigh in, he was 18.6 kilograms, so he's probably
Oh my.
closer to 20 around about now. Not very tall, but he's getting to be solid. He's
Hello.
Oh, hey, Julian. I think I heard her for a sec there.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
Oh,
Hi.
perfect. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. The thing kind of cut on me for a second there, and I was like, uh-oh. I didn't hear things. Oh my god. Welcome back. Alrighty. And I'll give you the heads up too, Jillian. We're streaming on Twitch. In case Kieran has a chance to
Ooh.
watch while he drives, right?
Cool.
We fancy now.
Look at us.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like we made it. Actually, I don't know how that song goes.
Give me 1 second here. Alrighty. So I'll go ahead and unpause the game. And Jillian, I was giving the heads up to everyone a little earlier too.
Finally found it.
This one, oh, give me 1 sec. I gotta disconnect, reconnect on Discord.
There you go. That's
better.
what you were saying.
That's better. There we go. The staticky kicked in on me for a second, and it wasn't from anyone. It was Discord itself. Sometimes the call can glitch. This town
That's very
incorporates.
true, John. Sorry, Alan.
I missed it because I left the chat for a sec.
There's a picture in the off-topic pictures related to our conversation about Fergus.
Oh, the little pup. Yep. Essence is only saturated on this one creature. That is an accurate statement. Ah, very nice. So this map incorporates a lot of fun new features for you all to get to play around with, so you'll see as we go. Though, kicking back and picking up where we left off, as you made your way across the waste, you soon came to the town that you decided to visit. Standing guard is a very large, very mean-looking pit fiend. Beyond that, you can see a few other things, like your barbed devils. I throw a picture of one up, and some spined devils make up a decent amount. Littered throughout the town, in fact. Though, right now, only a couple of them wandering. The barbed and spined devils seem to be having a conversation with each other outside town over here. Though the pit fiend has most certainly noticed the group of you approaching from a distance already. You're not necessarily this close to him, but I mean, I only have so much map down here in the corner, so I just shoved you on
Yep.
there. The usual rules.
Oh, we're also missing Alex 2.0.
Oh, he's not on the map. It only just got made. The map was a pre-prep.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, I figured I should just bring that up because at some point.
The usual
All
rule
right,
upside
yeah,
down cool.
Okay.
Because we love flooding the board with NPCs. Or PCs, rather.
This is a half NPC. I don't know how we. He's there anyway.
He just nods at himself, which is him talking to you as he says, "Don't think too much about it. It's already hurting my brain."
Indeed. So the big dude's seen us.
Oh yeah. And I will point out, as you are now noticing, there's an ice devil that comes around from the ledge below, looking towards as well. He takes a moment to chat up with his bud, the Pit Fiend, and then stays relatively close to the Pit Fiend, providing support. There's a second one there as well that you can see over here, but I messed up on his size, so I have to delete him and replace him. Like that.
Okay.
I got a lot of nice little NPCs that I can use for this one, so... These, however, seem to be the only ones who have taken note of you. From the vantage point you have, as it appears that most of this town falls somewhat into a gully that you're walking down into, you have a clear view of most of it. There are a number of buildings that you can clearly see throughout the town. Ones like over here, up there, etc. Can't really see past them, and it's very dark, so it's hard to tell from your present vantage point. You can see a few devils and etc. walking through this area very much on the regular, but not a crap ton right now. Only 2 or 3. From where you fall back where you are, you can make out, interestingly, wow, even at, oh, it didn't set the pixel ratio correctly, sorry. From where you are, you can make out, near the fountain of the town, there is a single bearded devil, not unlike Crickendolt, near the stump in the center of town, which looked like a fountain, and I accidentally said that out loud, because you know how it is sometimes. Like I said, the brain is associating today. But outside of that, it mostly seems fairly quiet, not incredibly active. Oh, and I have to quickly remove that and that from tokens.
Which one of us can speak Infernal again?
Sounds like something Courtney could do.
I was actually about
I
to
actually
say,
don't know.
probably
can.
Bellamy.
I mean, I assume they'll speak common as well, but never hurts to. Over here. Bellamy is common, celestial, halfling, and undercommon.
Oh no, she doesn't have it. Look at that.
Oh.
Not me, for sure. I'll tell you that. I'm only common and draconic.
Do you want Inferno or Abyssal?
These guys look like an infernal crowd.
Because I can speak both as well.
Yeah. Really, Nimbar, you should have been having like language classes on the downtime in the ship. Okay, that's just how you say hello. Okay, that's hello in infernal.
Yeah, but downtime's usually spent with scrolls.
I know. Just it was just a funny image of Nimbar just trying to teach. Probably.
Would you pass the what? Oh, the salt. That's the word.
Don't forget to conjugate the verb.
Crickendolt would walk over, put a hand on one of your shoulders, and lean in. What do you say about my mother?
Oh god, so sorry, Crickendolt. All right. Shall we go say hello? Yeah.
So does anyone know Infernal? I think Isaac might.
Yeah.
he knows
Oh,
Infernal.
yeah.
We just said Nimbar and Jade both know it.
Yep. Oh, Jade, I missed that. I'm sorry, Dan. I actually did miss that. This is the moment Kieran's probably watching the stream like, damn it, I could have shined. Unfortunately, Jade, it's going to be you and Crickendole.
Would my imp know it?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
He's a familiar in the form of an imp, but he wasn't originally an imp. So I don't know how timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We've got some people who can speak it.
I'm taking a browse through, I think. Take a quick peek at the Find Familiar spell when it takes the new form. Just find the wording, because if it gets all the features and attributes, yes, your owl can speak. My assumption as well for the spellcasters, I have put your familiars back on the boards. I figured with that much downtime, you probably resummoned them.
Yeah.
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 Other DMs would be like, you didn't say you did it, they're gone. But I'm like, that doesn't make sense. They had to resummon them. I mean, we gotta be honest here. Sir Junior Stein, Fletcher, Garcia, Damian Potts, and Eugen Maximilian Hamilton III would not like to sit out cool adventures for too much longer. So he is just chilling out on Nimbar's shoulder, because I'm not repeating his name anytime soon.
Well done knowing the first pass. That was good.
Oh, I'll be honest, I hovered and I read. There's no chance. But I thought I'd stutter at least once. But the big question, probably on nobody's mind, is... Oh, nope, not that guy. I love how D&D Beyond sometime do that. Who wants to go and talk to the pit fiend at the front gate? Jade?
You're more charismatic than Nimbar is.
Probably.
No, you are.
I'll put on my my comprehend languages helmet so I can at least hear what's being said.
I'll walk up and say hello.
The pit fiend leans back as it turns its head down to look towards you, one brow lofting up. What are you doing here? Comes out in fluent common.
It's like that TV trope of when people go to France and their French is so bad they just speak English to you.
Yeah, I've seen that. At this point as well, Alec is like, wow, this helmet's working really good today. And other Alec's gonna pat him on the shoulder. I can understand him too. He can speak common. Oh, piss. The advantage of having a second you.
Yeah, I know. I like it. It stops the wind from getting in, Alec.
He gives a nod, I'm sure, Alec.
We're going to end up fighting each other.
Exactly. I had to, because it's, Willie from The Simpsons said it best, right? That's the thing.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that could be a meme. I could do it like the people on Tanagra. Willie, the time he got mad at other Scotsmen. That's a meme reference. Oh, my word. So then, the big pit
A
fiend.
meme about a meme.
Yep. I will note, as you do come up, the other two devils who are up near the front sort of give you all a sideways glance before they move off further into the town, away from you all. Sort of, and gone.
Just like, whatever is about to happen, we don't want to be part of it. Okay.
I feel like Bellamy would have stood up. Hi, I'm Bellamy.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's the thing. Especially when he speaks common. She'd step forward and say, "Hi, I'm Bellamy." And the pit fiend would look at her, lift the other brow so they're both up, give a nod of it, said, "Hello, Bellamy." Calm and casually, unlike most others who stutter out of surprise. And that's around when Gargoth is gonna walk forward, breaking ranks with the party. The pit fiend takes a step back, and his face changes from one of strength to complete and utter fear. For a brief second, before caution overtakes. Gargoth points way down the street and looks at the guy. Says, "Is the bar still that way?" The pit fiend just slowly nods, and Gargoth just makes his way, with nothing more than a sour look on his face as he goes.
Do you two know each other, or?
At that, the pit fiend is going to give a shake of his head and grumble a bit. Say, "I didn't see anyone."
Right. I see how it goes. Well, to answer your question, we're just looking to pass through, really. Maybe see what your town offers.
He gives a slow nod of his head. Takes in the group one more time as he gives his chin a rub. "I suppose that does seem logical. It is rare at best the group of mortals find themselves stepping into our town. Very rare indeed."
What is this town called?
We carry no name to our settlement, though long ago this place had a name. We know not what it is, or what it was. We merely exist here. And a note to you who would traverse our town. Abandon ye hopes of killing anything within. Death will be met with death here, for we believe in peace. And he steps backwards to the side, giving you enough room to freely pass on the trail. He makes indication the closest building here where Gargoth left. That's the tavern. You will find it quite bustling at this late of an hour, though you will also find lodging there, should you so seek. A good evening to you, humans. And he looks towards Fulminoxus. Not anybody else, not even the gnome. Ether. Crickendall puts his hand on his hip. "Hey, this seems like a pretty good place, guys." And Lulu just gives him a side glance like he's crazy. I will say, for Flux, who was curious of a name, standing beside him is a sign, which has been hastily constructed around and on top of an older sign. With a great perception check, you might be able to make out what was written on there.
Alec, you see that sign?
Who, me or me?
Yeah. Either.
You asking me to look for you?
Your perception's better than mine.
Okie dokie. Can I just roll at advantage rather than rolling separately for the two Alex? Save a click.
Yep, you can do an advantage or get two separate rolls with just flat out rolls. Because, I mean, they're two separate characters, right?
Yeah.
It gives you advantage, so, you know.
Yeah. I'll do it separately because I like the idea of Alec Prime getting frustrated at Alec S doing better at him at things.
So, with a 16 and a 19, the only word you can make out is free, and that attracts both of your characters' attention too much. Like, what's free? I want free stuff. I like free stuff too. You damn right I like free stuff. Free stuff's the best stuff. I always love free stuff. You like free stuff? Free stuff is the best. At which point Flux might be like, "Excuse me, can you read now?" Unfortunately, you're not able to make it out with those perception checks.
With
Yeah.
them doing that and Flux pointing it out, does that give me a chance to look?
Oh, Jade can certainly walk over. After he sees them doing that stuff, and he holds up like the one finger at the pit fiend for a second, like, thank you, friend, one moment, I gotta see. And he goes, our town sign. So they know it's a town. And Jade, who'd give a nod, would be like, the name of your town is the Free City of Greyhawk? And he says, no. Our town has no name. We are not permitted.
You're not permitted?
No. We are not to have a name as per the orders of Mephisto himself. We are merely a town.
Why is it so wrong for you to have a name?
Because we are traitors to the blood, and as traitors to the blood, we cannot claim name on these lands. But they will not annihilate us. A fair trade, I would assume.
Does this place have any businesses other than the tavern?
Yes, we have multiple businesses that are available. However, at such late of an hour, it is unlikely patronage will be supported. Though you can always kick a door down, it might not be smiled upon. Ah, no. You will find that this town carries many, many different things, as he extends a hand out to point. As he indicates in one direction, up this way. You might want to zoom out on the map as I'm doing DM points here. Up this way. He indicates that there is a blacksmith who had recently moved in. Quite skilled, but quite bored. They don't have much use for weapons here. As well, on top of that, there is a general goods store right over there, directly beside the tavern itself. Also, there's a magical consortium up here. Various tools, equipment. It also doubles as their hospital, where they tend to the injured and the sick. He admits that it is not something many of my kind know much about, but we try to help each other. Further beyond that, you'll find dwellings here, 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 and here. He doesn't advise those, and he strictly advises avoiding the final dwelling at the very end, furthest away from town in the back corner where it's very dark.
Is that yours?
No, that is not my dwelling. The bearded devils are there. They keep to themselves mostly, and we would recommend avoiding them. Their belief in the cult is entirely their own.
Cult?
He gives a casual nod.
Do they worship a god?
And a slow chuckle and shakes his head. No, they believe it is the end of the world, and that the end of the world is upon us, so they have abandoned hope. Crickendall
Me
speaks
too,
up.
bro.
Oh, that's no good. But then immediately looks over at Flux. Oh no, that's really no good. Comes over, puts hand on her shoulder. It's gonna be okay. You're stronger than him, so you know it's gonna be good.
No, that was Jillian out of character.
I know. It's just funny to have him run over it and concern, you know.
Yeah, it is funny.
just for the heck of it. But yeah, that was a good one, Jillian. I had to roll with it. Oh.
To the tavern, I guess, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And as you all begin to move forward, Jade, since your perception check was the highest, you're going to be the first to notice it. Streaking from the distance, far, far, far beyond this small town, far beyond what your vision should normally pick up, you can see the smallest glimmer of a light. It appears to be coming from Mephisto's tower, and it grows ever so rapidly as this party is discussing. So then we're going to the tavern? Yep, to the tavern. Oh, I'm going to the tavern. Bellamy's like, I play some music at the tavern. Jade's like, I'll steal some coinage at the tavern. However, the burning light that streaks across the night sky might be enough to draw the attention of the party, as a meteor strikes through the air and sledgehammers on the northern end of town. An explosion rattles the night as you see the meteor drops directly down on top of one of the buildings to the far north. Though you might have trouble seeing that from your present angles.
How does the pit fiend react to all this?
His eyes go wide as he turns as the explosion echoes and rattles out. And in the process, in doing so, the poor house that was there is utterly obliterated. A crater left in the wake. He's already on the move, in fact, beginning to head north towards the hole.
Nimber, look at the other guys. Want to go see what that is?
And immediately, the two ice devils who are there step forward, draw up both of their pikes, and glare at the group of you. Oh, yeah, no, you're not going in there. No, you're not going in there, not a chance. Nuh-uh. How do we know this isn't your freaking doing? No, yeah, no trust. Mm-mm.
Do not watch it come from the castle?
No, none of them saw that much. Only Jade did, in fact. It's his recording
of... Nimber wouldn't even be able to say that.
Exactly, it's just kaboom.
Why would the meteor strike a town that we're in?
One of them gives a shrug, the other one shakes his head. Whoa. Calm down, Charlie. Well, Bismuth, calm down, Charlie. Look, could have been you. We're just not letting you investigate. We got this, don't worry. I mean, it's not like this is our first rodeo.
Do meteors hit your town often?
Well, it is the 8th layer, and we're pretty close to Mephisto. Never quite a direct hit, but holy shit. We'll
is
have to figure
Mephisto always firing those?
Well, maybe some... He's always doing something, okay? And it always ends poorly for us. Yeah, that's true. The two of them say as they nod to each other. Oh, pardon me. You do notice a group of devils. 2 pit fiends, in fact. Couple horned devils, the big guys, you might remember them. They're relatively powerful. And a few others are actually actively investigating that explosion to the north. However, the 2 ice devils don't seem very likely to let you pass, just for saying, please let us pass.
This not be the perfect way for us to earn your trust by investigating this place? I mean, we're pretty formidable warriors.
Any level of that would require a persuasion check. These guys have orders, it would appear. You can tell, Flux, as you start to say to them, we're strong, look at me, like, I can kick a door down and lift the house up. They're like, we don't care. Our orders are...
I'll be like, right, Bellamy? And I'll give Bellamy the help action.
So Bellamy gets advantage on the roll. If you want to go ahead and roll it for her.
Oh my god, she has a plus 17 to persuasion.
Yes, she does.
I don't think she can roll below a 10.
Oh god. Did she just get a 30? She just got a 30. Okay, so she walks up, holds up a hand. She's like, no, Flux has a good point. You got to remember, Fulminoxus here is one of the absolute most powerful badass warriors you're ever going to see this side of hell. Why, I've seen her single-handedly take down 4 pit fiends herself, solo. And the 2 ice devils look at each other like, huh? As they're looking, Bellamy looks right at Flux and winks. Looks back at them. Come on, her help can be definitely helpful here. If we wanted to cause trouble, we'd steamroll your whole town, move our way through and laugh about it, but that's wrong. And they're nodding, it is very wrong. We don't like that. We don't like that. No, we don't like that. So, thanks to rolling a gosh darn 30, they are willing to let you go and investigate the scene. You can walk straight up into the town if you want to that area. By all means, you can feel free to move your minis, as you please. Oh, fudge. It would help if I made sure to remove the lighting so that you can actually see that there's a crater there. Oh, there we are. And I'm a little sparse on minis on the map as of right now. As they take up layers in the action field, the more of those I put down, they're going to greatly slow down the game for everybody. So I'm a little sparse on them at the moment. But I will be putting down anyone that's notable or you're speaking to or at the time of and stuff.
Okay. We should probably keep a fairly tight formation. Keep ourselves respectful. I don't think I've got control over my little imp dude.
Oh, let me check on that. I may not have adjusted the permissions because I had to redo everything.
No worries.
Oh, no. There we go. So, give it a shot now. You should have ownership rates on them. I'll check Crickendolt as well.
There we go. Thank you.
There we are. I'll do the same for Crickendolt because they weren't on for him, and I'll make sure Lulu's the same as well. Yeah, everyone has Lulu. Good. And as you walk through this snow-covered town, it's mostly quiet because it's the middle of the night. Man, I accidentally exited. What time is it? Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning. This town is very sleepy and very quiet. And I will say, as you near, I'm mostly just giving you the opportunity to wander around so you can fill out your mini-maps with what you're seeing as you go. As you wander through this town, the group of them are surrounding the hole in the ground. 2 of the devils and a bone devil with them seem to be pulling up a few bodies. One, however, has cloth draped tightly over it, and they're making their way quickly back to this building.
The magic / hospital. Correct?
Exactly. The pit fiend himself has his arms folded tightly over his chest, and he's just overlooking the area here. In fact, I will move him over.
I don't see Flux anywhere.
I may need to just move her to refresh her for you. Where'd you go?
Yes.
There was a Flux on the map.
I moved those pieces around just in case she was underneath one of them.
Yeah, no, look at that. Well, we'll pop you back down. There we go.
Thank you.
Where did I
I'll
move
just be
Flux
sticking
to?
with... It's alright.
Oh, and I haven't
I'll just be sticking with everyone.
I haven't set much restrictive terrain on the trees, so you can actually walk through them to move your mini around. If for some reason something comes up, try to avoid sticking to the trees if there's combat outside of this area for some reason, because they're trees, obviously. But I didn't want to mess up that much of your vision, so...
I guess the two Alex would look at the bodies being carried and ask if they needed help with them.
The Bone Devil gives one of the crew who's carrying a body a little bit of a nod and a wave, like, no, you go do your thing. Looking back towards you, this somewhat horrifying looking beast turns and walks up to you, coming closer than you've ever probably been to one of these type of devils, as it lowers its head down. No, right, that is not required. You should relax my talents at healing. And I'll point out those long, spindly, clawed appendages of hands twitch through the air as he speaks. This is quite talentful. I will be able to take care of this on my own rights. Thank you for the offer. Before turning and moving back towards its own base of operation.
Is he cold? Should we get him a blanket?
Lulu shakes her head. No, I think he's just all types of friggin' creepy.
Yeah, Probably being comprised of bone makes the vocal cords a bit strained. Okay. Does get a bit closer? Does the crater? Well, I mean, is it just like what we'd expect? Just a bowl of molten hot rock and mud?
Yep.
Or
And
does
it's
it have
always-
any?
Interesting thing, when you see another creature just reach forward unaffected, as the pit fiend runs his very hands through the molten core and lava and ground, scooping through it with a soft growl. I mean, they're immune to fire damage, right? So
Yeah.
why not?
The bird's going to nudge Isaac and have him cast Detect Magic. Considering he can just tap the stick.
Isaac gives a nod. Oh, I've already set that one down. It's covered in magic. I can't see anything specific, but it's highly destructive, capable, twisty, turny, crazy magic. Most schools are in this one, in fact. The pit fiend at that point would turn towards the group and nod. It comes as no surprise. Mephisto's experiments. I've seen it before. This meteor strike of his on a town. He has been playing around, apparently. Besides, as he looks back towards the group of you, we've had some bystanders who pointed out, as he points far in the distance, the blast came from that direction, Mephisto's palace. Sadly, there is naught we can do for the dead. They will pass from existence now. But that is the way when you live so close to insanity.
Oh, of course, because if a devil dies in the hells, they can't come back. Seems like a hell of a coincidence we show up, that happens. Do you think Mephisto is trying to besmirch our good name?
He pauses a moment as he squints his eyes, then gives a shake of his head. Unlikely outcome. You are, not to be rude, insignificant in a god's eyes. I doubt he would have a personal vendetta. Though then the pit fiend pauses, looks to the side and looks forward at them, at you all again. You did not anger Mephisto previously, did you? He is known to hold grudges.
I mean, if
I'll look at
anything,
Bellamy.
I mean, we did a job for him, but yeah, we don't know what Bellamy's did.
Bellamy has that confused look like, what? What, me? No, I'm good this time, it wasn't me. Though now you have Lulu staring at Bellamy like, oh yeah, I don't believe you.
Well, you know, not the first time we've been called insignificant.
The pit fiend will hold a hand up though and say, a fool would assume you weak when you wear scales of a dragon, and you have a dragon with scales holding the blades of monsters, and you have with you a monster with a blade that is stealth beyond belief, and a very small person I have come to learn. They like to blow things up with magic. And then there is Bellamy. That's just terrifying. And he nods his head. I would not dare to call you insignificant in my respect, but in the views of a god, insignificant is an ideal position to find yourself in. They never do good for us. It is always torment, pain, suffering.
It's a fair point. Okay. Right. Should we go to the place we were going to before? I don't want to say the word again in case it happens again. Is that too paranoid? Maybe.
The 15
Yeah, probably
chuckles.
a little bit.
Oh, sorry, John.
Oh, I just said probably a little paranoid.
The simulacrum Alex just looks at Alec and just shakes his head.
Oh, and on that note, as they are taking the body in, go ahead and have Alec give me a quick perception check. Just Alec. Well, both Alecs, I suppose. This is an out the corner of your eye sort of thing, specific for your character.
Okie dokie. No, I'm not rolling great on these today. That's unlucky.
Oh no, their worst nightmare.
With a 29 on perception for the simulacrum, Alec notices it looks like there's a lot of nice ingredients in there. Simulacrum, Alec notices most of the ingredients, if not all of the core ingredients you need in order to finalize your research on what's up with Zariel and possibly help her are in there. He's like, I even think I saw vines growing on the wall, which might actually excite Prime Alex, who's like, wait, vines? Real vines? He's like, yeah, don't get your hopes up. You know how this place is.
You've got to go to there.
He corrects himself. Don't get our hopes up. We know how this place is. Aha. He mutters, I gotta get used to this.
We do. We need to get used to this. Maybe we can try and we could try this system, right? I'm Alec, you're Alex. See, it's close enough that it sounds the same to most other people, but we know the difference because we have an accent.
He gives you a slight glare. How would you feel if I called you Alex?
Oh, as furious as you look just now.
Yeah. I suppose I don't got better choice, though. That's gonna work. Don't mind me, I have to reload the page. I accidentally closed one. So, Alec and Alex. I like that. He doesn't. He's like, hey, that's well, I suppose that's not my name. Shit.
Mission accomplished. Okay, right, well, we gotta go there tomorrow. during office hours. Because I don't know, man.
Oh, yeah. There's some answers to be found there for sure. But beyond that, oh, I pause. It pauses whenever I reload the game. But beyond that, there is the liquor to the south, where Gargoth went.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably shouldn't disrupt the I'll say doctor while he's working anyway, so
I gotta be honest, while you were all walking up to the hole, I think Bellamy might have gone to the bar. I could see Courtney saying,
right.
You can all investigate, I'm getting drunk.
Sounds about right. But Alec and Alex will share the what they noticed about the magical consortium, I believe was the title given to it.
Yep, just some generic wordish.
Yep.
Well, it sounds like a good place to visit during the day, though.
Yeah, real question is, should we take Zariel out of the bag while we're there? Or should we keep that hush-hush?
Hush, hush.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Okie dokie.
Right. Okay. To the tavern. We have a goal for tomorrow.
And that's the one here. The door is unlocked, and check out that. You get to see one of the new features.
Ooh.
We have roofs,
That's cool.
isn't it, though? As you walk in to this rowdy, howdy tavern, you are greeted by the sight of dozens of devils. And of course, Gargoth is chilling in a seat in the back of the bar, having a drink on his lonesome. In fact, I'm moving him really far back. Outside of that, however, this bar is filled with sights you've never seen. As your eyes slowly circle around, you can see that. First off, there's two devils sitting across from each other at a table. And they're playing a game. Both of them have their hands set on the table flat, facing each other. And both of them have a knife in their hand. And both of them are continually driving their knife into the table as fast as they can between each of their fingers. One yowls in pain, and you know the other has won the game. But that's not what caught your attention. Another pair you see are presently arm wrestling. Of course, that's not a surprise either. A third pair are doing some odd form of arm wrestling with a pair of daggers. But beyond all these various horrifying little games I could bring up, no. The thing that's caught your attention is definitely the two guys presently hanging from the rafters. Two large pit fiends hanging from the rafters by their damn teeth, biting into the rafters to hold on. And at a glance, as you look across these rafters, you see teeth sticking out in various points across it. A circle of devils are underneath them, each one roaring and screaming. Until you walk in. They all go quiet for a quick second as the entire crowd turns to look at you all. And then they immediately go back to cheering for the two hanging. One guy, however, breaks ranks with the circle to turn towards the party, walk right up to Alec, say, "Hey buddy, you play some bets?" Just a little spined devil, nothing too crazy. Flies right over, lands in front of you. "You play some bets?"
What's the currency here?
"Whatever you got." They'll take pretty much anything. Raw materials, items, but for the most part, you quickly find standard gold currency goes a long way here, as they use it as part of their community.
What's the game?
Rafters. Betting on who stays up longer.
Flux is grinning.
And there's a
Can
whole
anyone play?
bunch of these games going on. And a lot of them horrifying and gruesome, and oh yes, anyone can play. And I'm sure if Bellamy was here, she'd be asking what's up with that loot on the front area. However, I'm probably going to say that for next week so Courtney can have some fun with it. As of right now, Bellamy is sitting at the same table as Gargoth. She's 3/4 tanked as she's just complaining and talking at him, and he's like, "Yep, and she's like, "You didn't even move the boat when the sun was in my eyes," and I was like, "Can you move it 5 degrees?" And you were like, "Couldn't be bothered." Are you really kidding me? That's what I'm doing with her character just for now.
I like how Gargoth is being tortured by this.
Exactly.
It's like you can't escape hell, sir. Can I do an insight on this spine devil? Like, is he genuinely just wanting to see if we'll bet, or is he
Yeah, you
trying
can
to suss us out,
roll
size us up?
By all means, you can certainly roll an insight check on that one.
It's not bad.
From what you can tell, with a 23 on insight, he seems like a good guy. Seems honest, seems like he's just looking for you to place a bet. And odds are pretty straightforward. 2 to 1 on either guy. Whatever you pay, you get double. Flux, meanwhile, is probably like sharpening up her teeth a little bit, like, I've got next game. Because I heard
Yeah,
that
that's
earlier.
exactly. That's exactly what she's doing.
Yeah, sure. What's the buy-in? Well, let's see. 100 gold? About 100 gold. I don't really do money, so that seems fine, like a fine number.
So he takes the stack code and he goes, "Ooh, look at that! We got an apple on. Who are you betting?"
They're both. The two pit fiends just look exactly the same to me.
You can do another. You can do a perception check. Be like,
Sure.
Ooh, can Flux actually do know your enemy?
Yes, you can.
I got this one, Alec. Give me a minute.
Okay. Really, I probably just roll a dice and like odd is left, right is even, something like that. I guess I got 12, so that would be a.
With Alec getting a 25 on perception, he thinks the guy on the left is weaker, and basically says to Flux, "That's the one to look at first to see if he's looking like he's going to fall apart before the other guy. To save you, so it's not a minute, but a half minute for you to scan."
Yeah.
So there's still time for you to do the scan before the fight actually it goes. Because if you're standing there for a minute watching, one of them drops, you'd be like, "Oh damn it, they're pit fiends. They should have lasted longer." Pardon me. But at a half minute, that totally works. And you can tell the one on the left, because I love that there's no rules for know your enemy, and I just know the ability, has a lower health pool than the one on the right, which implies lower constitution, which implies lower holding on for this.
I'll share that with Alec. I think
Okay,
I
so-
agree, and here's why.
Right. So
It's like, I
put
think the one on the
money-
left looks weak. Flux nodding. Yes, you can tell by the strain on his tendon right now for his neck that he's straining a lot harder. He doesn't have the same sort of capacity the one on the right does. The difference is so clear, it's night and day to me as a warrior. Alex like, right, so the money's on the left, okay. As you pop over your money to the little spine devil, he's like, "Alright, that's an apple on that guy, got it." Not 3 seconds later, he drops. Boomf to the floor. A couple teeth left up there as he howls out a little bit, and everyone cheers. He even throws a fist up himself from the floor. The other guy reaches up, grabs on with his hands, lets go his teeth, and comes down nice and slow, laughing. Everyone seems ecstatic, even the guy who lost. And Alec doubles his money, getting 200 gold back.
Nice.
And of course, the other guy who was there says, "Any other challengers?"
Flux will step up and raise her hand. I'll be like, I'd like to have a go.
And of course, he stands like a Flux taller than Flux, because, I mean, he's a large creature and you're a medium. But he doesn't seem that much bigger than you. Everyone's a little surprised. They're like, "Hey, who's the dragon? She seems like crazy strong." Standing up like David versus Goliath, except David looks jacked. You know what I mean? He sizes you up once, gives a nod, says, "Good, it'll be a good fight, get ready, ha ha ha." The rules are quite simple. You get con saves every round. Whoever wins, wins.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
So, can the two Alex keep an eye on the crowd and the group as this happens, just to see?
You can give an insight check across the crowd for both characters to get a feel for how it's going.
Right. Just in case there's any like hazing or shenanigans with the new kids in town, sort of thing. I'm fairly confident Flux. Well, I don't think I can help Flux with this one. I don't think she'd want me to either. Yes, Prime Alec won.
Simulacrum Alec was a little nervous looking around, but Prime Alec just smiles as he peers through the crowd. He's like, "No, I've seen this with Bellamy." Flux has the crowd riled up. They're excited. There doesn't seem to be any malice, or any anger, or any resentment. on anyone's face, but everyone's attention is now caught up in this moment. So then, Jillian, I'm gonna need a con roll for Fulminoxus on this one.
Oh no!
I'm gonna use Indomitable to reroll that.
I'm just gonna drop a Pit Fiend on the actual map. See, this is half the reason they're not there. The town is fairly scaled, but there's some issues with that. And because this is a drinking game,
Oh no.
oh crap. The Pit Fiend is up by 1 as you slide down somewhat on the rafter, having to bite harder as you can feel the pain tearing at you. It's then that you realize you could technically use your incredible, voracious teeth to your advantage. Instead of using a Constitution savings throw, you can throw down a strength throw and just bite harder on that rafter. Sink your teeth in deep. But it'll come at the expense of your gum line. You'll take some damage for sure doing it. But you can use a strength saving throw instead of con.
It's fine.
But you're guaranteed damage, so you know.
It's okay. Oof, I'm not rolling great.
I think Alec whispers to Alec, we should have told her to take her armor off first. Yeah, probably.
As the first round goes by and Flux slides down a bit and has to chomp back on, the Pit Fiend beside her, and that reminds me, Flux also takes a non-reducible 9 points of piercing damage. I say non-reducible because it's inside your mouth, like, ow. You got some splinters in there too. You take 9 points of damage, but your strength save keeps you in the lead against their 15 on a con save. The Pit Fiend essentially laughs a little bit, chuckles because he sees, you're new. Ends up costing him as he slides a little down. Has to chomp down himself further, like, and sort of glares at you like, oh shoot. Round 3.
Is it con again, or can I continue to use strength? Or is that like a one-time thing?
Oh, you can use strength. It'll just always hurt. And just 1 second. Sandy's stepping out the door, so I'm just going to say bye.
Okay.
All right. I'm back. Sorry, I just had to say bye. She heading out with a friend.
It's okay.
It's going to be a good time. I'm heading over to a friend's after D&D, too. It's going to be a good time. Hey. All right. A 29 on your strength save. And another 13 points of non-reducible piercing damage. The Pit Fiend is going to do
How many
its...
points?
13 points.
Sorry, was it 13? Okay. Sorry, it came up as Pit Fiend, so I was a little confused.
Yeah, it's his fault you're getting hurt. Yes, that... shit. Oh, crap.
Am I holding the sword?
You put it... Flux, like, reaches a hand down, wraps it around the hilt of her sword. She's like, I concentrate. Everyone's like, oh, yeah! So yes, you are holding your sword.
Okay, I'll roll my next.
Because that's one further drop as you slide a little further down. Oh!
Oh no, that's the second that one in like under 10
It's okay.
rolls.
It's okay. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use Indomitable again. Don't worry about it, guys.
So go ahead, you use your Indomitable. It's using its strength saving throw this time as well.
Oof.
As it chomps its teeth in. Oh, but it doesn't matter. The Pit Fiend takes 11 points, and I'm going to roll off the Pit Fiend again because it's easier than reselecting. Flummonoxus takes 10 points as the Pit Fiend slides down as well. Both of you holding on by the skin of your teeth. Literally. Any round could yet decide it.
I only take 5 points of damage.
Nice. Soldiers trained gum line, strong enough to survive even this.
Well, it's my sword. One more?
Oh, right, the regeneration. Yep.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if I was holding it.
Last round. Oh, look at that. You actually beat them because of your level.
Barely, though.
You can feel your teeth starting to give out. You can feel some of your or your back molars shaking as your front teeth are feeling the pain. And you're like, you know what? I don't want to lose a tooth doing this. And you hear thump beside you as the pit fiend falls on his back, roaring out. The whole crowd cheers in earnest. Everyone seems pretty stoked, as they say. When you come back down, people are patting you on the back. You're getting random congratulations from a variety of some of the most horrifying looking monsters you've ever seen.
I spit out a mouthful of splinters.
Twice. The pit fiend gets up, and he looks up and he pulls one of his teeth clean from the rafter, sets it back in his mouth, and it locks in place. Just as Jocelyn nods, looks towards you. Man, you're really strong. That was impressive. Good fighting. Gives you a high five.
I will high five him.
And he holds up one of his hands. Next round's on me! And everyone once again cheers. Except the bartender, who's an animated suit of armor, who you can hear groaning just... Damn it. Now I have to do work. So congratulations to Flux on that one.
Thank you very much.
Successfully won an old school Dungeons and Dragons orc drinking game. 3.5 was horrifying, by the way. Hey Jade. I say Jade specifically. Is Jade checking out someone playing Bishop's game and getting interested?
I don't know.
Also, does everyone know what I'm referencing with Bishop's game?
Bishop's game, is it like the guy from Aliens? Like Bishop with the...
Exactly. Bishop's game. I don't know about that Tools of the Trade squirting pineapple juice thing, but I found a picture. He holds someone's hand down and he moves the knife like that to slice. Over and over and over and over. Except they're doing it to themselves, no second hand. That's the sort of game for someone of Jade's caliber. It's all dex sleight of hand based. But I always loved that scene from Alien where Bishop does that with the knife, the knife trick. It's a good one. So it's a nice reference here. I always make it one of the ones for horrible bar games.
I know, it's good. I like it just because the big tough guy starts screaming out of fear.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. And by the end, he's just screaming like, "This rocks, but it's terrifying at the same time." I love how he did that scream. Like at first, you can hear him peeing his pants. Oh, but I digress. There are plenty of those sort of games happening in the bar. If anyone else wanted to do anything crazy, I've only listed a couple, but there's ones that prescribe to most every stat except intelligence and wisdom. Sorry, wizards. I mean, it'd be a trivia night, and at which point I wouldn't have much to throw at you. You'd just be rolling checks.
Trivia night. So the teeth one is con based. Is there any others?
The knife game would be dexterity based. You also see, you know, the usual game of foosball where you hold your hands up and they shoot the paper over? With knives, the objective is to dodge. Most all of these games involve injury and pain, I should point out.
I guess that's like bread and butter for a devil, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
Even though they're peaceful devils, they still like blood.
The only thing that's actually normal that you see people playing is a good old game of quarters, or in this case, silvers. Or coppers. Coppers, shit. For those who are unaware, you bounce it off the table and get it into the other person's drink glass, they chug it.
Yeah.
You've got two people doing that game, and they look sloshed. But I mean, they keep making each other drink, so...
It's always struck me as odd in some drinking games that the winner doesn't get to drink, or doesn't have to drink. So it doesn't feel like winning.
Exactly.
I think Flux has had her fun for tonight, so she's just gonna have a couple drinks and get some food. Hopefully it doesn't taste like ash. It probably will. And then probably go to bed early.
Wonderfully. The food here is actually quite tasty and delicious. They do a good job of making food. And your regular coinage pays for the area, along with lodging. The rooms themselves are comfortable, roomy, and warm, and not a lot of people stay in them because most of the people are locals. But yes, they are able to properly produce food, and they have a strong variety of it. Majority of fruits and vegetables that would surprise you. In fact, you're fairly certain at one point you tasted pineapple.
Oh my god. These monsters put it on a pizza?
Oh, yes, on a pizza.
Stop right there.
I
have-
feel for some
You want
pineapple on
disgusting?
pizza.
You want disgusting? Give me a.
Oh gosh, I'm nervous.
Oh, the
I
pizza I,
never
ordered
thought-
sometime.
Thought this would be like a trigger for for Dan.
Hmm.
Oh, is it gonna be the peas on the on the pizza?
Oh no, that's
What?
just weird.
Oh, I agree. Like that one.
Wrong one. Hang on.
Oh yeah, that's the previous one. Yeah. That happens to me all the time with pictures.
There.
Oh jeez.
Is that kiwi?
Yes.
Oh god.
I'd have to see
What
what they're
the-
mixing it with and try it, but that's probably disgusting.
What the fuck?
Like, I'll be honest. Don't hate me for it, but I like pizza with pineapple. It's okay.
Same.
Yeah,
It's in my
it's,
it's in my freezer. That might be actually be supper tonight.
Oh, there you go.
it's
But
it's
I-
not the worst thing. Like it's okay. It's just mostly a meme at this point. But the kiwi's
Oh,
too
yeah.
far. That's
Oh, that's-
what's going on there.
I kind of want to try it just to see if it'll shock the taste buds and taste amazing, but I really doubt it. Because, like, I'm the guy who will get the Greek pizza with olives and bruschetta cheese and feta cheese, and then on top of that, I'll throw on salami with pineapples and anchovies.
Ugh.
Yeah, like
That's-
not almost the entire pizza has ingredients everybody hates, and I eat that and I'm like, it's so decadent, but I don't do it often. Usually I just get pepperoni. Oh,
Sweet Jesus, what is going on?
again, I'd have to try it. Even that peas and mayonnaise pizza, I'd have to try it. But oh god, that doesn't look good. Oh, that next one you post up though, the Fruit Loops on top of pizza, that's a treat. The pineapple on
please
oh
stop.
god, no.
Please stop.
The peeps from
Oh.
Halloween do not go on a pizza. That's wrong. And the very last one, the burger, pizza, fries, nuggets, pizza. Oh god, like that's the sort of stuff they have down there in the 8th layer. No, thank you.
Oh man, that's just been a roller coaster right now.
Dan's like triggered. Like, what is that? Shrimp and peas and sauce on a pizza? Little peeps? Little
no.
peep? I'm copying that image. That's going into the big chat. Like, this is the sort of stuff. So it's on the recording, so we can see the cheese peep pizza.
Oh man.
Oh wow. Oh my god. Like that.
Somewhere in Italy, someone has just had some kind of aneurysm.
Okay, that strange lobster pizza could do something with that for sure. Maybe,
it's just-
depending on what the sauces are. Oh, those are calamari rings. My bad.
Doesn't that just looks so grey and I have
Okay.
had pizza with egg on it before. I have had that.
Is that a quiche in the last one though? Kind of doesn't.
Have
look
you
like pizza.
have you ever had eggs on your burger?
Yes.
Those are good.
I did once. I can't do it again. It's too good.
Also, another thing that's really good on burgers is peanut butter.
Never tried
I've
peanut
had
butter.
that. I've had that before. There's a place in town that was famous for it. Darren's or something.
I might
Yeah.
have to try that. That sounds good.
It's really good. Try it.
I put an egg on a burger one time, and I swear to God, I could feel my heartbeat slowing down. And I was like, "Uh-oh, can't do that again. Too good." You know what I mean? Like, ooh, spaghetti pizza. Okay, this is getting evil, Dan. So many weird things.
Somebody stop.
I've had to switch the tab out. I can't.
I'll stop now.
Oh, as for the mini games, I will point out as well, of course, the standards you'll always find. Anything you can think of. For example, they're playing darts, except there's a bearded devil for the dartboard, and he has a single apple on his head. And he's got a few daggers sticking out of his back. His back is turned to the group. Every now and again you hear thunk, "Oh! Work on your aim! Damn it!" And just pulls it out and throws it aside, takes another drink. They're trying to aim for the apple, they really are. They just suck and they're drunk. But that's just another one of the games you see. The arm wrestling, that's a common one though. A lot of them are arm wrestling everywhere.
I just don't think I would be up to par in terms of strength for decks with any of these ragamuffins. I'll probably just sit with a quiet drink and see who can drink more, Alec or Alex.
You know what? Let's do it all in one. Unless you want to actually have a contest out of it, let's do it all in one. Have them both throw down on a con save. Or we can do best of 3.
Let's just go all in one.
Alright. Because the stats for
Okay.
that are very close. The better con save wins.
But can't they keep drinking endlessly because they're immune to poison?
Not since we switched circle.
Oh, but doesn't one have? Oh no, it's acid. Right.
We've both got poison resistance just now as well.
Okay.
Oh, so alright, so only 12, not so good for the simulacrum. But a 1 for Alec? No!
I hope your simulacrum gets a 20.
He got a 12?
Oh, we got 12. Okay.
My favorite part about that was
It's
like
a 1 and a 2.
the sound at the same time.
Are you kidding? A 1 and a 2.
Yep.
The simulacrum
Oh my
will
God.
recount that he is 100% certain he beat you. You can't remember though. And everyone...
Nimbar will confirm it.
Oh no. Oh no, that's the problem for Nimbar. He's even not sure. Because he saw Alec helping carry Alec up the stairs, and they both were swaying back and forth like drunken sailors. Both so horribly sloshed. To tell the difference between the both would be a perception check with a DC 25.
Oh, I can't pick that.
Yeah. And you'd have to be actively watching them for a few moments, like, wait, who's more drunk? They're both, like, ruined. But the simulacrum did get the last shot. Jade's nodding.
25.
Yep. Jade's giving a nod. He just knows who. He's like, yes. No, good job.
Oh dear. This is the simulacrum's rough on Alec. He's gonna be shattered.
This is better than I thought it was going to be.
You didn't
It couldn't have been
foresee.
It couldn't have been any better.
I could not foresee you having a competition with yourself and losing badly.
All
Dude,
fronts. Like, oh, that was beautifully done.
Groundskeeper Willie called it right.
Yep.
We're natural born enemies.
Yep. Probably 2 or 3 times, Fulminoxus would have headed over to your table like, whoa, stop fighting, and you both would have looked up. We're not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because. Flux would be like, I'm pretty sure they are. And even Lulu, who's having... She's a champion, let's just say, okay? The number of people who've sat down to arm wrestle her trunk and who she's whooped And everyone's like, how is she kicking everyone's ass? And Lulu's like, well, I put my 4 feet on the ground and my trunk's prehensile, so it's actually really easy. I have all the advantage. It's torque arm. But the whole night, she just spends her time kicking the crap out of people. By the end of the night, she's got a headband wrapped around her head with demon or devil champion written across it. They've given her like a whole bunch of prizes, and they've just absolutely doted on Lulu. And she looks happy as can be. She's like, I never thought I'd have such a good time with all these devils, but they're all right. I think they're all right. Nodding her head. Arm wrestling champion draped around her. She just marches by Flux at the end of the night. Oh, look what I did. Yeah. Sad truth is, if Flux got up to one of those arm wrestles, she'd break the floor underneath Lulu and be like, oh no! And Lulu'd be like, well, you won!
Flux would never.
Exactly. That's the thing. Never in a million years.
We would win by default.
Yep. You think that's what happened with the Pit Fiend or two, by the way. Oddest thing you've ever seen. A Pit Fiend throw an arm wrestling match against a Hollyphant. The other devils, though, they gave it their all. Lulu whooped them. Soundly. I should actually quickly double check.
Well, I hope no one gets hurt, because it sounds like the druids are incapacitated.
It was the last match with Lulu that was the epic one, though. Because the Pit Fiend that Jillian bested, it took her on in an arm wrestle, and it cracked its knuckles. It got ready, and she was like, oh, I see, I'm gonna have to get serious here. Yeah! And boom, she turned into a mammoth. Gives her 24 strength. She pinned the Pit Fiend. Which, of course, made the crowd cheer even more wildly, because, oh my god, it's an elephant. But that's about all the shenanigans I have for the night, unless somebody has something up their sleeve they'd want to play around with.
I'm curious of one thing.
Yo.
Does my climb speed allow me to cheat in that hang on with your mouth game?
No, because you can't use your hands or feet. It has to be your teeth. I mean, I'd love to let you, but there are doubles that have climb speeds. I think. I'm actually not sure. I'd have to double check that. But no, I like where you're going with that.
Oh, I just figured it'd be entertaining. Jay goes up and pulls out a book and is using his hands to read a book while the other guy's struggling.
One of the devils on the floor walks over, tugs on your leg a bit. It's like, hey man, that's cheating, get down. Holds up a sign that has a picture of like a feline with a line through it. No tabaxis. Play a different game. Because climbing would effectively ruin that if it worked like that, I think. But for this scenario, no, you have to hang on with your teeth. Otherwise, another devil would do the same thing, and you both be standing up on there and be like, hey man, how you doing? Oh, pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Can you hang on for a while? Oh god, hours. No problem, hours. Oh yeah, I'm there. It must be the Colgate total. Oh, if anyone got that reference, 10 points to you. Well then, I'm gonna go ahead and skip it to the daytime.
So we get a long rest in?
Normally I'd say no, because you had one within a 24-hour period from right now. However, this does provide the opportunity to realign your internal clocks, and really the only person who spent anything that's permanently gone is our wizard, who's burnt through a lot of their spell slots, so I'm not that mean. Yes, long rest.
Thank you.
I just, so I've got it on stream out loud, I wasn't too sure what to put in the ring of spells storing for Alex, so I just put like a 5th level mass cure wounds in there, because he's got all the spells I can cast, so I just thought I'd put a big one in there.
Oh, and if you'd like to see something interesting, click on one of the minis outside of the tavern for this next little part. As I push the clock forward to dawn, 1 hour at a time. Set it to 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, got brighter.
And not only that, the map now realizes it's daytime, so if your mini's on the map, you're no longer limited by the distance of your vision, but you can see as far as you can possibly see.
Oh.
Little
Fancy.
pieces like that have been added in really make it a bit more powerful. So this town had a few determinants based on the time of day that you showed up, as you could tell, which also affected how the town physically looked. So I had a little bit of fun playing around with that, new features and all that. I will say, in the morning, as you come down to the tavern's main floor, it's fairly quiet. Gargoth is still sitting grumpy in his same chair, as the bartender would attest, hasn't moved.
For fun, could Bellamy have fallen asleep crying on his shoulder?
Oh yeah.
Just drilling on him now.
We will give her the opportunity to retcon exactly how it went, but yeah, the drunken pass out on his shoulder totally happened. But we will give her the opportunity to put her own spin on how she annoyed the hell out of Gargoth, because she might have fun with that. Courtney's very creative with those things, so I'd like to see where she goes with it on memory. So,
Yep.
with that, morning comes. The bar is exceptionally quiet in the morning. Everyone's gone at this point, shrugged their way home and made it home. And the place is very quiet. Only things that's in here. Oh, and I will point out the bar does have a patio. The door for it's like right over here. Secondary door can be open to get in and out to the patio. But you could see through the windows, and that's where a lot of games were happening the other night. I'll leave that door open along with the ones leading to the stairs, just to make it look like it's an inviting building.
Does the patio get much use given the weather? Well, I guess most devils are immune to cold. Well, no, they're not immune. It's fire they're immune to, but... Anyway,
Yep.
Rambling now.
They are indeed... devils are immune to fire. Not hellfire, as we've learned, but fire. Hellfire being a unique variant of fire that you've bumped into once before that was dangerous as frig. So then, as you come down the stairs, what's the plan?
Well, there's somewhere we wanted to check out.
Yeah, the apothecary magical shop. Check there, and then the Pit Fiend said that the blacksmith was bored. Maybe we could get something interesting off of him if he's looking for a challenge. Do we have anything fixing? Or no, that was ended. That whatever that was left with Bell probably.
Lulu headbutts the back of Alex's leg. Sort of gives him a bit of a glare.
Hello?
She just glared. She's like, yeah, there's a good blacksmith here. We should go visit them. You know, Zeria's flipping sword.
Yep. And
Lulu
I
shakes
know.
her head. No, I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I didn't sleep well. I slept on one of my wings and it's a little bent now. It's like when your hair's up. She like starts biting at her wing. Like, you know, a bird grooming itself almost. But it looks a little bit weirder when it's an elephant mouth. Shakes it out a bit. Oh, sorry, I didn't sleep well. Oh, cranky. Well, I think we could take a look at Zaria's sword. They might be able to repower it up and be boom, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright, okay, so...
I won't hang around here. That guy in the corner is giving me a stink eye. She looks side on. And as you look to where she's looking, off in the back corner of the room, on their lonesome sitting at a table, you can see the hunched over form of a devil. It's hard to tell what type, unfortunately, as the entirety of their body is covered in bandages. From a distance, you can only see small, soft black marks in between the markings of those bandages.
I wonder if that was the guy who was caught in the meteor strike.
I will say as well, Lulu seems paranoid. He's looking at his food.
You okay, Lulu?
Hello. I was just gonna say that.
Lulu's like,
Just,
"Oh,
just
I'm fine. And she looks at the guy, she brings her trunk up, points it at her eyes, and points it at him, looks back at the rest of you, oh, I'm good, don't worry, I'm good, and trots her way. Again, though,
oh,
the poor guy in the corner hasn't noticed.
a little bit worried that maybe it's not just a lack of sleep that's starting to take a toll on Lily. Okay, should we go talk to that guy, put Lily's mind at ease, or? But no, Alan just said he's looking at his food.
Lulu would have no trouble going to either location, either the magic shop to get answers about what's up with Zariel, or the weapon shop to see what they can do about the blade. The blade, as you recall, the mending spell was used on it, but as I always say, mending fixes physical, not the magical, so it functions as a regular longsword, as of right now.
Can, before we check out for the day, can we go into one of our rooms, and I'll probably need like a sample of the ice, like a chip off it or something, to, because was the
You do
was
have,
the rot and the ice?
with the rolls you did and what you have pulled, you wouldn't need to get Zariel out in
Right.
order to examine at this point. You do have a sample
Okay.
of the crystalline ice substance left behind, and you do have a bunch of examination already done by the wizards
right.
and yourself and etc. At this point,
Right.
if you have access, you may not even have to do very many rolls to get the answers you're looking for.
Right. Okay. Okay. Right. We probably need a wizard at each location. For like Arcana stuff. Flux, you're a blacksmith, so would you be best off going to the blacksmith to talk shop?
That's fine with me.
Okay. Do you want an Ember? Where do you want to go? Because Isaac will go with wherever you aren't.
Yeah. Why don't I go with you?
Okay.
To the apothecary.
Right.
Normally I would make Isaac make the decision, but he's not here.
I'm only asking out of curiosity, but what was the point in sending one of the wizards to the blacksmith just for knowledge arcana?
Yeah.
Jade has that, and he has a sword, so he would be going to the blacksmith.
Alright, cool. I
Take Isaac with
Never-
you. You never know when he might help.
Yeah, I can never keep track of all the skills you have. I guess if you're a knowledge cleric, you can be skilled in whatever you want at for 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, there's that, but when I took the knowledge domain, I got to pick skills that I got proficiency in, and
Yeah.
expertise and stuff like that, so I have expertise arcana now, and I can't roll below a 22.
Jesus Christ. It's just
Yep.
a rogue combined with a knowledge cleric is obscene. The only I think you could get more expertise if you were to use like the new Tasha's Rangers rules. I think you could get expertise in another.
Oh god.
If you took like 3 levels of bard, then he could probably like get more expertise.
Alrighty. So as you know, the smithy is over here, and the magical place is over here.
Yeah. Okay. Let
How
me
do we wanna do this?
extract the Alex from the bar.
Gargoth gives a wave as you all leave, mutters something about, I hate this place, and just goes back to his drink.
To borrow a term, who's shat in his coffee?
Bellamy, remember?
My god, he wakes up, there's a dookie in the coffee, he's like, what the shit is this? And the bartender just looks up. Exactly. It's like, son of a... Now, I will say, none of the shops are locked, and they are all open for business at this time. And very interestingly, as you're walking down this way from the residents up this way. Holy God, I just got like 9 emails in a row. My watch won't stop buzzing. From up this way, you see something interesting walking. That's not Christopher, because Christopher Walkens isn't in this.
Wow.
You see a bearded devil.
Wow, it's a bell devil.
No, but that's probably not what catches your attention as it walks by. What it's muttering to itself under its breath. Anyone who'd like to roll a perception check is more than welcome to listen in. Though, this would only be for the people heading up this way. Unfortunately, they don't go quite the same route for Jade. Well, I suppose... Yeah, no, you'd all get it. Eventually, you'd bump in the same way, half you going this way, the other half staying that way.
Dear God, what's happening? I got a 3 and a 4. I've had a 1, 2, now a 3, 4. Presumably the next rolls will be 5, 6.
What sounds like
Well,
muttering
at least
and mumbling to the rest. To Jade, however, who hears it clear as day as he walks by, you hear him saying, 3, 33, 33, 3, 33, 33. Before wandering off and disappearing in the hut at the end of the street.
The
I
one
will
we were told
ask-
to avoid.
I will ask anyone that is around me if they heard that.
You get the distinct attitude that most anyone else doesn't involve themselves with them, and they're like, not if we can help it, no.
No, I meant the party around me because we were splitting into 2 groups.
Oh. You were the only one who'd make it out. To the rest of them would be muttering.
Flux is like. I was gonna say Flux is like, being like a what's is it mutton like that you carry on like a run fair?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Big leg of meat. Oh, what? Sorry.
Right out from the bar, big leg of mutton. Best day in the world for the fighter. Love it. That's awesome. Oh, damn it. I got another Hercules flashback. I just heard make mine mutton. I don't even know what that one's from. Jeez. I know it's a Hercules something or other. But I digress. So, Jade, you did hear that as it walked by. As for the events itself, Alex and Jade, one group's heading in this way, one group's heading down that
Yep.
way. Which one do we want to do first? Blacksmithy or alchemy shop?
Coin. Odds, blacksmith, even alchemy.
Fair as any other?
And when I say flip a coin, I mean dice, because
Yeah.
coins don't have that. We all know what I was saying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not drunk.
So that's even.
Yep.
Which one was even?
Even was alchemy.
Alrighty. As you open the door to the alchemy store, which, as mentioned, is a regular door, you're greeted, in fact, with the sight of greenery on the walls and on the ground, and you can feel free to move your mini in there. Marked and bloodied footprints lead to a side door that's presently closed. And as you look into this room, you're probably not overly pleased with the vines. They twitch, twist, and turn like tendrils, disgusting things as they writhe in place. But wholly organic they are. What catches your attention, however, is probably the scarecrow in the corner. Once the group of you are in, the head slowly turns, looking towards you as it tilts
I
to the
understood you.
side. And it hops and hops to get close to the team and gives a nod. Hello. What seems to be the ailment?
Hello. We're not sick ourselves, but we are researching an infection we've came across, and we wondered if we could have access to your facilities.
Ooh, a day off. My personal favorite. By all means, you can do as you wish and have as you would. Just be cautious not to ruin my books. Thank you. And he hops
We're
and hops back over to the corner, where he continues to read on some documentation, though his body is incredibly still, unmoving, solidified, like his true scarecrow.
Excuse me, are you... I thought the Bone Devil
My
ran
assistant.
this... Oh, your assistant.
Uh-huh. I am the specialist for the heal for this wonderful town.
Whoa, it's a lovely facility you run. Very... Not seen greenery for a while.
Ah, yes,
No,
they
it's-
have. Very nice. So long as the damn crows stay away.
You get crows down here?
Not while I'm here. I do my job. And he nods.
That makes sense, I suppose.
The owl is sitting on my shoulder.
Yep,
He doesn't seem to have a problem with an owl.
not at all, because he's sitting on your
Okay.
shoulder. And for the record, for those unfamiliar, D&D's scarecrow monsters look like this. Quite terrifying monstrosities of
Yep.
stone and bone, and straw mixed with cloth to create that. But this one appears to be the doctor. And he's given you a full run of implementations and instrumentation. It would take Alec 15 minutes to go through and examine what he can and get what he can learn. And surprisingly, this place is very robust. You could even go so far as to repair simulacrums here. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
I know they got nuked, but I mean, use them and burn them and use them again. That's how it goes.
Are you sorry though? Are you?
Partially, but I consider simulacrums to be like a resource. If I get you to cast a spell, I had a good day. So, unless someone has anything they're also looking to do in the area or something, while this is going on for Alec, we could take the 15 minutes and I could jump down to the blacksmithy.
sounds good to me.
Alrighty, Jade, I'm gonna move your mini for you, because I can cheat and move it really far really quick. There we go, because this is ye old blacksmithy. I will say, you notice from the nearby house a glow, a purple glow coming from the windows here and here from the inside. But what might catch your attention is a familiar face at the blacksmithy waiting for you, sprawled out on a set of steps at the front, one arm up, one knee bent, one leg straight out, and another arm down. You might recognize this Fey Eladrin adventurer as he gives a hiccup and looks up towards you. Oh, hey, you've come back. Aha, I haven't seen your lot in a while. How you been, buddy? As he lifts up a rather large bottle and takes a swig, as you once more see Smiler the Defiler. So actually, now that I'm just noticing it's pretty much spot on 2 o'clock. That's kind of perfect timing. You've got all the solutions to all the answers here, but I might cut it till next week so we can tell them to the entire party at the same time.
Oh, you tease.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
So Jade bumps into Smiler the Defiler, and Alec
I think
is
I'm
presently
there
going
with
through.
Jade, right?
Yep.
I'll move you down
and
there.
Isaac.
Okay.
I'll move Isaac
Okay,
down
cool.
there.
I just wanted to say it out loud because I wasn't sure.
And I have no idea where Bellamy is, or where Isaac would be. So we are, I moved Isaac. I meant to move John. No, John's up there. Isaac's down with you. Well, yeah. I have no idea where Bellamy will be, so we'll find out next week. And Crickendolt is going to be.
Does what Bellamy does.
Crickendolt is going to be hanging out with the group of you all, and he's kind of interested at the weird purple house. He's like, well, why is there a couple bearded devils going that way? I can't help but be interested, because, I mean, I'm a bearded devil, and they're bearded devils. I mean, you understand.
Yeah. I think they're followable.
And of course, Lulu's with Flux, so I'll bring her down there too. Bellamy is going to be the wild card, so I'm putting her right on the stump in the middle of town. She'll be like, why am I there? And I'll be like, so we can decide where you're going. And she'll probably say, I'm gonna stay right there. That looks awesome. Give me my violin.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. She's probably playing right there in the middle of town.
So I'm just gonna zoom out, reconfigure the town map to have a crop point of here and give it a save. So that when the game loads, you'll have a... Oh shoot, I blinked. When the game loads, you'll have a full screen view of everything. Alrighty. Well, before I cut, any questions, anyone?
No. It's a nice, mysterious little town you've made. I feel like there's got to be a catch somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've got a couple nice catches already set up. So many little things and some fun stuff to be had. And of course, the next steps of the journey. The seeds of those get planted here. They've only just begun. It was also a chance to use this, but I think the next maps I build, I'm actually going to try that Dungeon Fog out. I played with it a little and it's nice, but it's another subscription, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I might try it because it seems like it's a lot better for world building. And I can run the map into Foundry and run my world from here. Because this one's made entirely in Foundry. Piece together the usual stuff, but
Yeah.
Dungeon Fog's crazy strong.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Oh yeah?
I was just going to say, I should have access to that, I guess, Dungeon Alchemy beta soon.
Yeah, the Dungeon
It's like
Alchemist. That's the other one.
I can see if I make an account, I can see if I can give that to you to play about with as well, see what you think about.
I was gonna poke at
So
the two.
yeah, it's just because I backed the Kickstarter, I might be able to get you a bit of a sneak peek.
Oh, nice. I could play around with it too. That's not a bad one. Dungeon Fog seems a lot stronger for building than this, which is nice. It has a lot of its own resources too, and Dungeon Alchemist looks like the same. How it auto-generates and auto-fills for you, that's
Yeah.
gonna be easy, because half of the building is putting all this crap in. You'll notice, like,
Yeah.
when you get to the item shop, everything in there is an item that was put in manually, so I mean, with Dungeon Alchemist, you draw the building size, done. Move on to the next one. It's like using a rubber stamper, I love it. Oh, alright, I better turn that music down just a little bit, because it's getting a little loud. Alrighty then, everyone. Well, we'll pick this one up next week, and we'll kick off for the next session, and we'll see what Smiler has to offer yous, and what secrets lie.
It was a ball. Thank you, sir.
Because I will say, for nice spoilers for next week, not spoilers, but you know, as Alec peers over, he does indeed find a way to release Ariel. More on that next week. Team's like, what? Good news? Alan, are you lying? It's like, no. You may be in hell.
At a cost.
There's a big catch to this. I don't know what it is, but there is a catch.
Yeah,
I'll
it's going to
do it
be
in voice.
news. Let's not say good. It's going to be news.
Yeah, and
Lulu was an actual player, she'd hate me right now.
see,
She'd be
I
like,
knew it.
leave my player alone. Just tell her if it's good.